relate the juices. You
know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Yes. Here we go, Dr. Huge. Keep plugging yourself. That's cool, right? Right, Brooklyn Brawler? Look at that. New background and everything for everybody, Sleaze. I'm doing this for the people.
For the people!
Mm-hmm. I heard years ago that the reason why news stations use like the slow moving backgrounds and usually stick to like blue to light blue is to put you into a trance so you just accept all the information, huh? Look at us. We know stuff.
Fucking smart.
So smart. Yep. So expect more of that. Shout out to everybody out here watching. Paladin, right? You. Get sharing, get liking. Hit all the buttons, everybody that's going to be listening in the future. We got the Sleaze in the house, everybody.
Fucking right.
Your friendly neighborhood Sleaze.
In the building.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we can't see your text here. Philly Sports Pride. With Triple H on the screen. Hold on. Let me fix that. Let me fix it. Where is it?
Where is it?
Are you, though, for the people? All the people. Except Philadelphia pro sports fans.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Rikishi.
Yep.
And Maven.
Sleaze is very anti-Rikishi. Are you anti-Raven, though?
No, Maven.
Yeah, not Raven. Maven.
The guy that won Tough Enough, right? And fucking was in there for 5 minutes, all of a sudden is an expert.
I thought you were saying Wes Craven.
Wes Craven.
No, we love him, too.
Oh, he's great.
Yep. But yeah, Maven, he's a hoe for the clicks. You know how I feel about these people. Like, of course, we're doing the similar thing and all this, and we want everybody to hit the buttons and we'll do a little promotion. But like these guys really promote. And it just made me think of a story I read this week. The whole Devon, JR storyline that's going on out there. And if you haven't heard, Devon mentioned like a couple months ago at this point that a guy in a 10-gallon hat was like racist to him back in the day. And then finally JR spoke about this. He doesn't remember. Now Booker T had a moment on his podcast where he's like, I think JR was just drunk. And then Devon's basically saying the same thing. Like, we just think he was like, maybe he was just drunk and he can't remember. And when he did it, he was probably drunk. So there you go. So I don't know. What do you think about this, Sleaze?
More and more, I'm so against these older wrestlers. And it's sad because they're like from our generation that are piping up and saying the dumbest, stupidest shit. Like Maven, fucking Rikishi just can't stop.
Oh, and that's the thing. That's what made me think of it. So Maven gets involved in this, right? Has Devon Dudley on, and you can just see him sitting next to him. And I get wanting people on your show and having them say things that can get in the media and stuff like that. But if that's like your main goal and you're not there to entertain, you're there to like get headlines. And how they are these days, Sleaze. It's like shit headlines that everybody forgets within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Where it's like clickbait stuff. So Maven wants there to be a sit down in front of everybody. Like it matters. But you know what? It matters to them because money.
Yeah. They're looking for the clicks and the subscriptions and
yep.
It's tiring. It's getting tiring.
Devon.
I'm getting to hate X because it's got all this negative crap on it, either from the IWC or these old wrestlers that are just clickbaiting and it's so tiring.
Yep. X is pretty much dead. I mean, I think the internet's dead. And to be honest, like the whole thing, like ever hear the dead internet theory?
Yeah,
It's actually
yeah.
a thing where, bots are basically outnumber the humans. And we've seen it. We see it through social media, the bot farms and all the rest. Like, so everything's fake. Um, that's why I get so pissy. And it's not because I'm angry that other people are doing well. It's not that. It's that I see people that of in certain entertainment where I'm consuming it and now I'm bored with it because they don't have any talent. But they're
Yeah.
there for what? You know what I mean? And it's like it just fucks me up because then it's like, wow, these guys can't even entertain me like the guys back in the day or whatever. And this isn't like an old man thing. Everything was better in the 80s and 90s. I just remember it. It was better.
Yeah.
So
70s and the 60s, and everything was better before.
true.
The internet caters to all these fucking toxic, disgusting clickbait bullshit. And it's just that's what gets fucking just tiring. And it's even in like, the country stuff, the politics and the fucking shit on in Minnesota. And now like the big thing is the guy that got shot. You can't stop seeing every 5 minutes about this guy that got shot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
That took over today.
Yeah.
Look, Jess in the building. Sorry I couldn't join today, but wanted to pop in and say Tama Tonga, Tama Tonga, Tama Tonga.
Of course. Yes.
Tama Tonga's #1 fan out there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, one of these days, he's going to be going to your meet and greets. I'm telling you, this show's blowing up on the interwebs all over the place. I've had a new strategy this week, Slee. So, since I'm playing this Arc Raiders game all the time, which I love, I'm like Elon Musk in the game. I'm super rich. So I'm throwing around my fame. I'm letting everybody know the show exists. I'm picking up their noob asses with my little defib. Get it? Dr. Huge in the game. And I'm saving everybody. And I'm like, and then I tell them to watch the show after. And they're all popping. Except for one guy yesterday, Sleaze. I fucking save his life. He turns around and he kills me.
Fucker. That's why I don't do those online things. Because I'll just throw my controller.
Oh, yeah. It's rage inducing. 100%. I'm not going to lie. Yes. It drives you crazy. But these games are so good. And then the player base ruins them through like over time.
Yeah.
They exploit. They cheat. They start doing things like that. Another guy comes up to me. I give him an arc reactor, whatever the fuck that is, right? A gold level piece of loot in the game because I don't need it. I'm rich. So I go, hey, you want this arc reactor? I drop it in front of him. The fucking guy, he goes, whoa, don't leave yet. I'm going to give you this. He starts dropping items that are lower than the one I gave him, but still, they're decent. And then I go to pick him up. He shoots me.
Fucker.
Can you believe this? Yep.
That's why you can't be nice to anybody nowadays. All right? Learn this, kids. Don't be nice to anybody because they're going to fuck you.
Yep. They call them rats.
Yeah. Rats.
They're rats and Arc Raiders. Anyway, more on that later. I'm sure everybody wants to hear all about it. Yep. But here's some wrestling news. So I found this funny. They've been doing the WWE tour thing over in Europe. And Drew McIntyre came out and the crowd's doing the Drew McIntyre shit that I can't stand. I hate that sing-songy European fan stuff. Oh, you having fun, right? Well, I mute it. And guess what? The WWE did too. They muted the crowd.
Yeah, it gets too much. It gets to be too much where it takes over the show. I'm all about being there and having a good time. You want to sing along with the fucking song? I'm for that. But when they're dead set in the middle of a promo or they're in the middle of a match and they're doing the fucking, what was it? The Logan Paul's not allowed in Japan shit. And like, they go up above and beyond what's going on. And it's annoying as shit.
Yep. That's not even the reason they were doing it, I don't think. I think the reason they were doing it is because Drew McIntyre is a bad guy.
Yeah.
So they want everybody still believing that Cody Rhodes. Where's Cody? Do I have you around here still? Where are you, Cody? I got this version of him. That's fine. The anime version I made.
What do we want to talk about?
Yeah. People in America obviously are tired of this shit. I've been tired of it for years, Sleaze. You know, I've been going online going, he looks like this fancy car salesman, and then comes out and acts super corporate. And how does anybody like this? This isn't somebody that you can go, yeah, I can see wanting to be like this guy when you're a young child. But as far as just being he's not cool, I don't know. The whole Cody Rhodes thing blows my mind that he's like the top guy in the business this whole time, because I think he's top of the mid card at best. Working wise, everything else. I mean, we've talked about this before as well, but yeah, it's more about the singing for me. The singing is terrible. You guys need to go to singing classes, Europe. Stink.
Well, the crowd nowadays is so confused. They'll have somebody that they hate. When they come out, they want to sing the song. Seth Rollins, even Cody. And then as soon as they start wrestling or talking, they boo them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the most bipolar fucking audience I've seen ever.
Oh, Drew McIntyre. Oh, it sucks.
It's terrible.
Right? And isn't that from the Black Keys flag? It's one of those bands, right?
Yeah. Man. Horrible. That's why Cody needs to turn heel. Because he needs to take everything that he is right now with the suits and all that stuff and exploit that. You know what I mean? He needs to come out and say, like, I wear suits because I'm better than you people. I'm this, I'm that. Like, I've been going back and watching old Cody stuff of him being a heel. Mm-hmm. Such a better heel than a fucking baby face.
Yes.
And they have, back in the day, it was like, oh, well, we don't want to turn Cena because of the fucking profit margin and all this shit. And it was a different era, and they were making less money at that time. I can see that. But they're making fucking merch sales on everybody now. So they shouldn't be so afraid to just turn him heel. I don't understand it. They're giving him little flashes of it here and there, which I think is better. But just turn him heel. Like, who gives a shit?
They seem to wait too long on everything.
Yeah.
Because, again, we've known that Cody should change his character or do something, and then there's been rumors all of 2025 that, oh yeah, he's going to be like this now, he's going to be more deadly. Oh, look, did you see what he did last week? He's forcing John Cena to sign contracts unconscious and stuff. Yeah. But and then he goes right back to high-end car sales, in the ring.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, come on, man. There's rumors of The Rock coming back at Mania, but those rumors are always going on. He's given so much money. He has so much money. What does he need more for just to show up at WrestleMania in underwear, especially when he looks like he's 60 pounds now?
Yeah. Well, they're talking too that the Saudis are offering him like obnoxious money to come back. And then there's rumors now that Stone Cold is going to be a part of something coming up. So, and the whole thing is they want Stone Cold and The Rock in Saudi. And it's like, what is this, 1998?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
And they want Yokozuna versus the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Can you guys get Chris Benoit? Yeah.
What? Yeah. Chris Benoit. Don't ever mention him here. Remember, he said he was going to KILL us.
Wow.
I have to spell it like we're children on YouTube. YouTube TOS.
Can we call him Chris Benoit?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Christopher Benoit, maybe.
Christopher Benoit.
Yeah. I don't know what. Chris Benoit, you ruined a lot, and you exposed the business, bro, like big time, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right definition, but So here's a story that just made me Seth Rollins laugh. Every time I looked up the news and what was happening, I kept finding this story of influencers, right? Well, they weren't calling these people influencers. They were calling them, they're all the same, right? So this one chick gets online and she's telling everybody went to a WWE tryout and we all got concussed.
Yeah. Every single one. Yeah.
Like several of us. And the funniest quote after that, too, she goes, several people got concussed. And she goes, and they told us more are coming. Like they're
Yeah.
waiting for them to line up at the door to try out the WWE, and they're just dumping people on their heads and like potatoing them.
Like within hours, like somebody in the office said, "Yeah, get her out of here."
Yeah.
Like you're at a tryout and you're already talking shit. Like idiot.
We're all getting concussed. That's what it kind of like felt like. They're just like screaming, "Oh no, and there's gonna be more."
They're just bouncing them off ropes into a fucking chair. That's what they're doing at the tryouts now.
Oh yes.
Fucking.
Obviously, we don't want people getting concussions and stuff. We don't find that. I find it fun. This whole world is just funny, sleaze. Like how, influencers. Those are your new, like I said, entertainers.
Yeah.
Right. And what are they good at? Nothing. Like literally nothing.
Yeah.
Living a life.
I love when we can get beyond the fact that these people are just normal people and people are just enthralled like, well, I could do that too because Mr. Beast did it or I Show Speed did it. And it's, I didn't say back in the day like, oh, I could do it because Brad Pitt did it, who's a real star. I could do it because, Robert De Niro did it. That's what it is because you got these fucking guys that for some reason will get 1 million fucking subscribers and people go, well, I got a camera and I got lighting and I can do a green screen. Ugh, it's gross.
I'm so sick of that Speed kid. He's like a bazillionaire because he did backflips in his fucking room.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
And he parlayed it into what he's got. It just shows you how dumb the world is. Like people would never, like from our generations, it's not like we couldn't come up with something like that. It's just we can't comprehend how that is necessary for the world or anybody would even like it.
Yeah.
That's really it. So.
Well, it was way more difficult back in the day to get into any kind of art or entertainment. You actually had to have talent. You know what I mean? And it was a struggle. Like back in the days, like, we listen to rap music. Back in the day, these guys are hawking out, cassette tapes out of their fucking trunk.
Yep.
Before there's none of that now. Like everybody's taste in entertainment is disgusting. Where it's like, just give me as much as possible. You know what I mean? And there's no distinguishing somebody's real talent as opposed to an I Show Speed. Like now it's like I Show Speed is on the same level as, somebody that just made $300 million at the box office. And that's just fucking, it's mind numbing.
Mm-hmm. And then they show you clips of their like highlights of their career. And he'll be doing like a fucking backflip in his room in his socks.
Right.
And you're like, just like, get me out of here. I've had enough of this place. You know what I mean? Just
that kind of stuff was saved for like local access, which kids are like, what the fuck is local access? That was like amateur bullshit that you would see, at 2:00 on a Sunday afternoon on Channel 3, bullshit. It wasn't getting viral. It wasn't like, shaking things up. It was just, okay, you wanted to do some stupid shit and you had this outlet. Now it's like you're a global phenomenon if you do backflips in your fucking basement in your underwear.
And I get it. We're old and whatnot. But come on, guys. Even if you're younger, if you're 20 years old right now, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Right? This is stupid.
Right.
What are you going to do? Come up with something else? Like there are people online. I've been scrolling around TikToks lately. I'm trying to really understand what's going on in the world right now. And it's scary. Like there are people, they think they're artists and they're going far out of their way to just do weirder and weirder stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'll play the banjo behind my back while I eat cereal and, paint myself half green. And it's just like random ass shit. And then millions of views and all this stuff. And it's just like, huh?
You guys stink. It's terrible.
Like they're not offering really anything. It's mush.
Yeah. But it's a lot of like, haha, that was funny, move on. Haha, that was funny, move on. That's what it is. It's that kind of bullshit. It's the phones, it's the fucking, it's the low like attention span. It's all of it.
Yep.
The internet created all of this. You know what I mean? I think the internet has destroyed civilization as it used to be, you know, where you just got people just fucking can't get off their phones. I'm so sick at the day job where I got some sort of authority there. And it's like you walk up onto a job and everybody's on their fucking phones. And
Mhm.
every fucking day you have to sit there and be like, can you get off your fucking phone? Like you're getting paid right now to do a job. Get off your fucking phone. It's oh God. I can't wait to get old and move up into the mountains and just forget about all this.
Yep. How they snuck them into the schools and at work into everything. Like, and now people just, they refuse to put them down,
Mhm.
you know, unless you're watching this show. Definitely, if you're watching on a phone, then hit the like button,
Right.
hit the subscribe, and keep doing it. Use it for this. We do like long form entertainment, and a lot of people don't do this stuff anymore. Compared, you know, again, nephews and things are just like, what are you doing? Just do 10-second clips of like bullshit, and it will just get the views. The algorithm will pick it up, but it's nothing. And then it feels like I'm doing nothing, and then I don't want to do it.
Right. And it's you know, I think to myself, even from the early days of us doing this, I like to think that we say some stuff that make people turn this off and go, let me think about that for a little bit. You know what I mean? And I like to believe that some of the things that we talk about, like I personally will go and think about things for holy shit, like something you said or Jess says or Danny says, it'll make me sit there and think. Like we actually make you guys think. Like,
A little
holy
bit.
shit, that's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think one of these days you should show up half green, playing a banjo behind your back, eating cereal with like
Yeah.
beer in it or something instead of milk.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I should do. I
While
believe if
wearing-
I was dumber, I'd be happier.
Yep. While wearing diapers and what else? I don't know. It's like again, it's one of those things. And then like, how do I top this? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to top anything. We're good every single time. So
We're so crotchety. It's just too bad. There is good. There are good things out there all the time. It's being completely drowned out by the bullshit.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
And what's sad is I think we'll be long dead before it changes and people realize like, wow, that was a huge waste of time, all these fucking people.
Well, to get very deep and philosophical with everybody once again, you know, this is we're going into idiocracy. Everybody's getting dumber. The technology is getting better.
Technology. Yes.
That's how we say it now, I think. I'm supposed to listen. This is how crazy it's gotten for me, how the world's like changed so quickly. I feel like I'm dumbing myself down in so many different ways. Like even writing wise. Have you seen these people, the way they write tweets and write all this stuff? They don't want you to use punctuations, and they want you to like fuck up the words on purpose to make it more easier to read, faster to read, stuff like it's crazy, sleaze. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that like they're starting to get into their 20s and they can't even like read, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Try talking to these kids. It's painful. It's so painful. And one of my biggest disappointments is when I was a kid, I knew about what happened in the 70s, especially for music and movies, things like that. I pride myself on being a big history guy. Maybe I'm not like everybody else or the mainstream, but I knew my history. These kids don't know shit about what happened before them. And that's sad. You know what I mean? They're pushing everything aside and they're just saying, yep, it's just all about me right here, right now, and not even giving a shit about the future either. Everything's in the moment. And there's no, like, you ask them a question about something, you know, that, like, have you ever seen like E.T., which is one of the greatest fucking movies ever made? And they're like, what's that? Seriously? It's so bad.
E.T. Yeah, well, you know, entertainment wise, it's completely off the rails. There's just too much. There's too much of everything, like you said before. like this wrestling stuff. So this is the first week, I think, maybe in years and years and years, where I didn't watch one episode. I didn't even check in to watch Raw, NXT, AEW, TNA, the second week of TNA. I mean, the first week was just so it was like
Yeah.
how I felt when I watched AEW, but AEW at least had even more production value than that TNA show. And then you got SmackDown last night, and I'm just like, I don't need to watch any of this shit anymore. I got the highlights, I got the news stories, and I can catch up when I want. Oh, and by the way, I don't have to pay for anything. You know, I don't have to. I could. Like, I still have Netflix and mainly for Raw, but lately I haven't even been watching Raws. Like, Gunther and AJ Styles is doing nothing for me. How about you?
No. Even the match where he tapped his ass or whatever I don't
Yeah.
care. It's been done. It's been done a million times. And it made me so think about that. I started watching that Unreal show again. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. They're just recycling shit that's been done a million times. Like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know who to get rid of or what to do, but something's got to change in that creative. And it's across everything. TNA, AEW. They're just rehashing shit that's been done. And that's what's pulling me out of it, to be honest. Is that I've seen it all. I've been watching this shit for 40 fucking years. You know, and there were differences back in the day, like when the Attitude Era came out or NWO came out. Wow, those were new ideas. And they started, going from the cartoon kid shit to the fucking serious stuff. That was a change. They started doing different things. And it's just, once Vince, bought WCW and, took in ECW, they started redoing the same shit and they're doing it like
Yep.
to death.
There's really no innovation. The days of like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, all that stuff just like kind of popping up out of nowhere is like that's done for. Like they don't give a fuck. Like what we got? War Games, right? And that kind of has taken over for the Survivor Series match. So that's one of the recent ones. But again, that's another rehashed idea from back in the day, which is fine if you need to do that, but pull from something 40, 50 years ago. You don't have to keep doing the same stuff that you're doing from 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's just there's no innovation. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting there watching the show and I'm remembering the first season where they have this, writers meeting and stuff like that. And somebody will come up with something. And then Triple H will be like, yep, okay, that sounds good. And it's like, dude, I saw this 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pushback. There's nothing saying like, aren't you guys bored of doing the same shit? Like, let's really sit here because I'm paying you guys a ton of money. Let's sit here and think of something that nobody else has seen.
Yep.
Nope. Let's bring out Hell in a Cell again. Let's do Elimination Chamber. Instead of Survivor Series, let's put 2 rings because Dusty came up with this fucking idea freaking 30 years ago. It's gross.
I would so love to be in that writer's room because I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't try to keep a job, right? I think that's the wrong way to approach, anything like this. Listen, if they're going to get rid of you because do you want to be a yes man and just say whatever for a paycheck? Okay, well, you could do that. But I would go in there and again, if like Bruce Pritchard or whatever, hear that story, how he wanted Pat McAfee to go over and Gunther.
Yeah.
I would have literally been like, bro, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I would be in my hot rod shit and they would be in their little suits and all this. And I'd just be like, what are you thinking? Like, really? You want Pat McAfee? And of course, a guy did actually stand up to him for that in the room. It was like, that doesn't even, he's like, what are we going to do with Gunther afterwards then? And Triple H's like, yeah, we're going to, really put him over for a long time and to get his whole and the kid's like, yeah, then he's going to be trying to get himself over again as this big, powerful guy while 10 feet away, you got the guy that beat him on the microphone.
Yeah.
This guy right here. Ridiculous. Did you hear the news? Triple H said most people consider Pat McAfee the face of the WWE. Thoughts?
That's a problem. If you have that mindset, that's a problem. You know what I mean? And like, I could go on for fucking hours about this because I've really been thinking about lately because I was a very diehard Jim Cornette listener. Okay. And I'm not going to shit on Cornette or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you my honest opinion. Like dudes like him that are so stuck in the fucking past, right? That's the fucking problem. Where they're taking I'm a big proponent for okay, there is a history of wrestling, there's an art of wrestling, there's a way of doing things. Yes, there is a backbone to what they do. And all that shit. I get it. But at the same time, it's the year 2026. Okay? We've seen everything for over 100 years. You can't keep rehashing this fucking shit and say to yourself that this business is going to survive for another 100 years. You have to innovate. You have to change shit. Okay? You keep the WrestleManias the same. Royal Rumble's their second biggest pay-per-view. Keep that the same. Get rid of fucking Hell in a Cells, Elimination Chambers. They've been done to death. All that stuff. Get rid of your AEW, Texas death matches that you've seen 100 times. The barbed wire fucking ropes. All this fucking, even like Money in the Bank. They're all dated. Come up with something. Like you need one person, which was Vince McMahon back in the day, that came into the business and said, you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to innovate it. And he did. We need that desperately, that one person to sit there and say, like, okay, wrestling is this. Here's the basis. All right. But we got to go into the future. In 2026, they're doing the same shit as they were doing in 2000, in 1990, in 1980. Okay. They're doing the same shit. If you look at the history of it, you need that guy to come in or that group of people to be like, listen, flip it around, make it something different, or we're going to die, as an industry.
If I were the WWE, and I agree with everything you just said, I've mentioned it many times that I expected pro wrestling to be a hell of a lot different than it is right now. If
Yeah.
I knew, say 20 years ago, that it was going to be literally almost the exact same thing, I would have been like, that's weird. Like they're not trying to do anything. My idea was always this. And of course it's pulling from another idea. Lucha Underground. You mean to tell me with all of the WWE shows that they do, individual shows, they can't do one Lucha Underground where it looks like a movie, it plays out like a Netflix show? I mean, you're on Netflix, and then you have the matches in certain spots, 2 or 3, you don't even have to go crazy with it. It could be an hour show with one match where the whole thing is done up like one big, instead of doing promos backstage, right? You actually have some real stories, and you don't have to get crazy superhero like or whatever. You just stay in character like a reality show. You could still even tour with this show, and you cut half the show during the day or whenever that you're in these areas, and then you put on the match wherever you're putting it on. You can even do it live. I think that is like the next level to going into the future of like what you could do for changing up wrestling, making it, more watchable. Because now, especially with everybody on the phones, like you hear that story about Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, that new movie, The Rip, they got on Netflix, and how they said that Netflix has a thing where they want everybody to repeat themselves in the lines because they know people are on their phones. So they're dumbing down the movies on purpose in the shows because they're like, well, you're not really watching anyway. So we're going to continue to say the same shit over and over. And I've noticed, because past 10 years or so, if I do watch any shows or movies, I fast forward through most of them because I'm pretty good at the story stuff, as far as I've taken in a lot of it through the years. So I know when to fast forward things. Like, here comes the moral of the story. Oh, the guy's about to talk with his wife or whatever. I don't need, there are key things where I'm like, I know this really isn't about the plot. It's more about the emotional touch of everything. So I'll fast forward through this shit and That's the reason why. They've made it so it's repetitive horse shit, and wrestling needs to get away from that. And could you imagine if they were one of the shows or promotions that could do that? I think it would blow up.
Yeah. Going back to the whole thing you were saying about like the Lucha Underground and shit, I'm all about taking it outside the ring more. You know what I mean? Like, you could even have like Cody going to the next town, filming him doing that. The guy who's the antagonist, like meeting up with him at a fucking truck stop, talking shit. You know what I mean? Like meeting up at his hotel, making it real. Like, make me believe that this is going to be a fight. You know what I mean? That's the biggest problem with wrestling right now is nothing is believable. There is not a fucking. I was thinking of this on the way up to New Hampshire as I'm sitting there listening to another fucking podcast that's just garbage. Is that I totally lost my train of thought now because I'm fucking so upset about this.
You're talking about like Lucha Underground, what they could do to change, and
yeah, and it's just like do more of the production, like you said, of like a real fucking story. And they like back in the day, this is what I was gonna say. I'm getting old. Back in the day, you could sit there and look at a fighter and be like, you know what? I'm wondering whether or not in real life he could kick my ass or not. It made you question how tough this person was. Like you could look at a Brock Lesnar back in, 2004 or whatever and be like, he'd fuck me up in real life. He really could, but he made you believe that he really could. You know what I mean? That was the fucking difference. You had people that were so believable in the ring that it was like, wow, he's really fucking scary. Now it's like, I don't look at Cody Rhodes and say, hey, maybe he can fuck me up because he's not making me believe that shit. So if they had these behind, instead of, the same format we talk about all the time where they, the fucking drone shot of the city and then somebody comes out and blah, 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 scripted shit. And then they go to a mid-card match and then and then they set up the fucking main event and everything else is bullshit in between. Do what we're saying, have it cut to a fucking thing where earlier in the day, Cody Rhodes was at a toll stop and somebody fucking dragged him out of his freaking, tour bus and beat the shit out of him because they're going to fight two weekends from now,
Yeah.
and Jesus Christ, it's like, there's so much you can do and they're just being so fucking safe. It's gross.
Yeah, it's funny that everything that happens in the show is like in the arena,
Yeah.
always. So like there's real, and then when they leave the arena, they're back to being, their real name on Twitter or whatever, and they're like, this sucks,
Yeah.
And then they go, well, everybody knows kayfabe's dead. Everybody's been screaming that ever since we started the show. But it's like, we get it, but that's literally the fun of it. Like, so constantly acting like, oh, this is fake, this ain't real, this ain't real, this ain't real, over and over and over again. It does nothing but make me disinterested.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
No, just quick. That's why I appreciate people like Drew McIntyre. You know what I mean? He's an old school guy. He believes in the kayfabe. He's totally in character all the fucking time. You know what I mean? And it's like very few little posts that he puts, like he'll be with his cat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, okay, he's actually a real person. But then he'll throw in like, well, I just slept with my fucking championship belt and I'm the greatest ever and da-da-da. So you look at a Drew McIntyre and you're like, all right, he could probably beat the shit out of somebody because he's making me believe it. And that's what's fucking annoying about like the people that run these things now, where they're not saying to people like, listen, if you're a heel, be a heel. I don't want you fucking, doing TikToks with, a baby face and then trying to convince people on Monday that you're a bad guy. Like, it's bad for business. And I don't understand why that's being allowed,
I don't get it either. Yeah, and CJ, WWE could bring more edgy storylines and blood and violence. Again, this time including the women's with longer matches, but that's just me. And see, that's fine and all that. They still will have that every once in a while, but they've totally gotten away from the blood and the edginess. Reminds me of the Chelsea Green story this week. She wants a Attitude Era like storyline with her husband Matt Cardona there. They're not doing it. They're not going to do that. That would be entertaining, and they're not trying to entertain. They're trying to just put slop out to fill up time and fill up the all these different shows that they have, because it's the future. You don't need to make good stuff. Again, my nephews and everybody, you're telling me all the kids are going, stop trying so hard. I get you're doing what you're doing. You're doing a show and you want it to be good and stuff. They're like, don't even try hard. Just take snippets here and there and just post them over and over. Like they're just saying, do what everybody else does, which is like buy viewers, have bot farms, fake it. And then, when maybe you'll get there, because then people will actually see you, right?
Mm.
Or maybe I have to become a woman, I think.
Yeah.
That would make, oh my God, if I was a woman, Sleaze, I'd be like running ESPN right now.
I would have OnlyFans. I would fucking have everything. I'd take advantage of all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I'd be a billionaire.
OnlyFans, it would be like what, $50 a month?
Yeah, oh yeah. Big time.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing about that too. I always hear that story where chicks are like, I'm just gonna do OnlyFans then, and then they go on there and they're like making like $10 a month. They're like, oh shit. Like, yeah, the market is flooded, lady.
Yeah, everybody's got a fucking OnlyFans.
Even Paladin out here.
Yeah, Paladin's is blowing up. His is like 150 a month.
Mm-hmm. Shows butthole and everything, I heard. YouTube TOS. Doxed. Coach, that's why we need Vince back. Do we need Vince back?
No.
No.
But you need somebody like Vince that's going to come in and shake it up.
Mm-hmm. That's him dapping up John Cena.
Yeah.
Before he drops an N-bomb right in front of Booker T and his wife. What's up, nigga? Oh, he says it. What's up, HVAC? Shout out to you, bro. Listen, HVAC. I know you're a big MLC guy. Our leader, Kevin Brennan. I'm all into MLC and stuff like that. But the year has really started off stale to me. Quick little Dabbleverse moment. And his I'm not a fan. Chad has go away heat with me. He's just obnoxious to me now. It's not really that much. It's not funny anymore. It's kind of run its course for me. And then that Scarlet chick is totally like, I won't watch a second. She's giving me the Melton go away heat as well. Like when Melton would come on MLC, I would literally just go, I'm doing something else. I'll watch something else. I do that with Scarlet because I don't care. I just don't. I've known a lot of like chicks like that in my life, like growing up, and I'm good. So I'm not going to be entertained by that. And then who else? I love you, CWC. Clearwater Chad. He's a boy of mine in the Dabbleverse. He's come on the show and everything. But bro, you are so boring on these shows. Not on my show. You were good on my show. You brought it. But every other show, like they say, you're like laying on the table in front of the camera like a fucking bored kid at class, and you don't say a word. And then who else can I shit on, HVAC, from MLC? Who else makes it boring? Karmic, you make it boring. I'm sorry. I get other people may find your antics and your nuttiness funny and entertaining. I do not. I think you're another weirdo that I've known my whole life. I've known a lot of these weirdos. Sleaze being one of them, right?
Yes.
He could be much weirder than you, Karmic. So
you should see me in real life.
No, but that's really what it is. Again, I'm not seeing the talent with a lot of this stuff. I like funny things. I like funny people, of course, and of course, I like whack packers. Like they're kind of like wacky people, so they're like more of the whack pack type, but I can't do it on a show where everybody's just kind of like talking all the time and it's not being guided by like a Howard Stern or somebody that's like guiding it into being funny, right? You know what I'm saying, Sleaze?
No, and it's making my brain just turn, because what I find with a lot of these people too is, okay, you got one or two people that are talented and they know the timing, they know the production value, they know how to be funny. You got that. But what I'm getting sick of is these podcasts and these shows and all, whatever you want to call them nowadays, streams. They say, well, I got a buddy that I think is funny, right? And then the buddy comes on, they're fucking terrible. But they continue to have him on because they're buddies. You know what I mean? They can't just make a business choice and say, listen, in the chat, everybody hates him. I'm noticing he's fucking boring. You know what I mean? As the producer or writer or creator of a show, let's get rid of him. But nope, they'll keep him on. And I'm not shitting on this person, okay? I don't know if you've ever heard of the Stephanie McMahon podcast,
Yeah.
but the girl that she has on is so uninteresting and so boring. I don't understand why she's there. And
Oh,
it's
she's
the
a
same.
co-host?
Yes. You don't even know because she's so bad. But like she's very monotone. She just sits there. She barely says anything. She'll chime in with something that's very, serving to the guest or serving to Stephanie. And it's just, why are you there? Like why the fuck are you there?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting tired of. The Logan Pauls with his buddies that aren't funny, and the Pat McAfees with his friends that aren't funny. You got to make business decisions. If you got millions or whatever fucking shit, and you're making all this money off your podcast, be a businessman about it. Be a producer. Say to yourself, this isn't working with this person. Sorry. Have fun with your future endeavors. But no, they make you fucking listen to these people because they're friends or their family or that's tiring.
I haven't listened to any of these shows on the WWE podcast network because one, you got Logan Paul, his show stinks. It's always stunk. It's always stinked, and it will always be the worst. And then you have Stephanie McMahon, like you said, which is just ball wash fest.
Yeah.
She just goes on there, she ball washes herself and everybody else. And then we got the Undertaker and the wife, which is like, come on, Undertaker. Like, you were the one guy I might have actually tuned in to listen to when you went over to WWE. But then you getting rid of your boy who started the show, and then bringing your wife on, Michelle McCool. I mean, no, who wants to hear this? Not me. No. What else we got, Sleeves? Who am I missing? Oh, Cody Rhodes. Oh,
Cody.
What do we want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about?
That's literally the name of the show, and it's come on, man.
I'm so glad you brought this up because it's been infuriating me, that entire network, because I'll break it down real quick. So Stephanie wants to make you cry the whole time, and she's always got to she's constantly got to find something that you're depressed about or something and be like, you're good enough, and this, and just realize everything you've done. And blah, blah, blah. She's like a fucking therapist. And then her co-host is that's right, Steph. That's right. That's right. So boring. Cody Rhodes is just, he has a guest on, right, to bait them into talking about him. That's what he does. And he just said it on his show with The Undertaker. He's like, I'm not one that, wants to talk about my dad every podcast. You talk about your dad every podcast. And then what they're doing now is Cody a couple of weeks or months ago had Bruce Pritchard, right? So then The Undertaker just had Bruce Pritchard. So you have the same conversation, okay? Then Stephanie McMahon will have somebody that Cody had, and then Cody will have somebody that fucking Logan Paul had. And now they're just recycling it, so you're listening basically to the same podcast because you're having the same guests. I don't know if it's because they can't get guests, or if it's just like, they're like, well, we heard Bruce Pritchard on Cody Rhodes. It'd be great if he talked to Undertaker, Stephanie, Logan, and fucking that. What? What are we doing?
It's because it's WWE's propaganda arm.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
And then that's why they would never have us, even though that would be amazing for them. Because like you said, they got the emotional podcast. They got this type of podcast. They got that. And then they got the ones that are supposed to make you laugh, right? Which is what? Probably the Sam show.
I guess.
I think he's on there too. He gets all the wrestlers too, like you said.
And Sam's a whole nother thing. First, I don't know how the fuck he got that gig. And now it's like, I just went down the rabbit hole this week because I was slow at work and I'm like, I got to listen to shit. So I listened to like Sam Roberts, Van Vliet, all the ones, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which Chris is the only one with a decent podcast, Chris Van Vliet there, or however you say his name. He's the only one that is like, all right, he comes prepared. He's got good questions. He gets good information. Great. So Sam Roberts pretends he's a heel on his show with the girl he's with. Okay. And it's another one where I don't know why this girl is on because she acts like she's about 13 years old and she repeats the same thing over and over and over and over. They were talking about AJ Styles, and it might be in the last match and all this stuff. And she's like, no, I just want so much more AJ and I don't want to see him leave and blah, blah, blah. And then he's talking like, oh, well, I'm a fucking heel. And you're not a heel. You're like 5'3" and bald and dumb. You're not a heel. You're not you.
I'm bald and dumb though too, so I'm offended by what you just said.
I don't care. So, but the whole thing is like, it's infuriating how bad these fucking podcasts are. I don't know how they have the audience they do, let alone an audience at all. Because it's like anyone with a brain that listens to this is like, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all not for us. They should have us on the podcast network. We could do the Howard Stern thing over there.
Well, we could go, okay, so we're gonna have Bruce Pritchard, okay? And then we ask him real questions.
Yeah, and
like,
actually have fun with how crazy would that be?
Yeah.
Imagine if we had a studio somewhere like where we could bring these people in and do it. Oh my God, it would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But like we'd ask them about the Vince shit. Like the stuff people want to hear.
Yes.
Not like questions that you just had on 3 other podcasts. Because you can see it in their eyes. Like I just got asked this last week. If you watch the YouTube fucking version. It's gross.
So step your game up, WWE. And MLC as well. I can't tell you if it's been good lately because, again, I haven't been watching because, they have all these people on that I'm just like, all right, well, here we go again,
Same recycled horse shit.
Yeah. So here's a story, very sad for the KO fans. They don't know when he's going to be back, if and when. So he may never come back with that bum neck of his that he had surgery on, supposedly slimmed down. That was the last, one of the stories that we heard. But, get well, Kevin Owens. It'd be sad for many out there. He does have a lot of fans. I just happen to not be one of them. It doesn't really rock my world in that way. But I heard he's running LFG as one of the new coaches. So we'll be seeing him on WWE TV very soon again.
Yeah, it's very vague about a lot of the injuries right now. And obviously because of Rumble and Mania and surprises. Because even Seth was like, yeah, it could be 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 months. I don't know. So,
yeah. Yeah, the injuries stink, and they've been piling up lately for them. I don't know what the reason could be. I mean, I thought they were all like super pros. They're doing less days. But we mentioned this before. Less days actually means probably more injuries because your body gets calloused and used to taking bumps over time. This is what I've heard. I'm not saying I've been in rings and taken bumps, but even Shawn Michaels, I remember years and years ago talking about how when he would even just have like 5 days off or whatever, and he'd come back, he'd be like, if you just take more than 3 days off without taking a bump, he's like, it hurts the next one you take. He's like and it sucks that match and just getting your body used to the mat again. So,
well, there's a couple of wrestlers that have actually commented on that recently, like Bailey, Cody, saying like they miss the live shows because of the reps. And I believe it's really affecting the in-ring product because you don't have those reps. Like him and Undertaker were talking about it was one of the only interesting parts of that, where it's like, back in the day, they would work, 5 days a week because you'd go to Raw, then you'd have like 2 house shows, maybe a day off, go to SmackDown, do a live show on the weekend. Like Taker was even saying not to get back into that grind, but there is a need for live shows because that's where you planned out matches. Like young kids don't understand this nowadays, where if they had an idea, let's say of Undertaker and Kane, right? If you want to see if they have chemistry and shit, you would do that stuff at live shows. See how the crowd reacts, see how your chemistry was, see if, you tried a move and it worked or it didn't work. They're not doing that now. They're sitting there going on Raw, after having fucking 6 days off, basically, and not working with the person they're going to be in a program with. And you can see that. It's really affecting the product.
Could you imagine the AEW wrestlers? Like Britt Baker hasn't been there in like a year and a half, and Keith Lee's on the couch, and everybody like they got so many wrestlers under contract that aren't doing anything or haven't done things for months, and then they just come right back, and it's like, wow. Yep. Everybody get well again. You know,
Yeah, and a
Javon
lot of it is
Evans,
not good.
he got
Why?
his bell rung supposedly. So it was first thought to be an injury, but quick match. I think that was like last week's SmackDown. Yep. So,
Which he's great, and I'll keep going back to this. Like, he is phenomenal. He's gonna be money in the future, but God, he's gotta gain some weight. Like, it's
Yeah.
just he's really, really light.
We got the fuck. Oh yeah, AJ putting his title on the line. We kind of spoke on that, but it's just not interesting to me. Not at all. When's Royal Rumble? Is it today?
No, it's next weekend.
All right,
Tonight
it's
is
next weekend.
tonight's Saturday night's main event, which okay, I'm gonna watch it, but nothing.
Yeah, again, I'm not bothering. Like I can't do it. First of all, I would have to get Peacock again. But yeah, it's just no. I'm not doing it. Didn't even know. And again, you're losing me, WWE. I don't know. Like football's kind of lost me. I only watch the Patriots now. NBA's completely lost me. And Arc Raiders is filling all those voids, apparently.
Yeah, it's hard to find something good just to I always like question myself. Am I just old and I become that person that I used to see in their 50s almost? And I'm just crotchety about shit and I'm fucking like, "Oh, everything's better in my day." No, it was.
I'm telling you, we've broken a lot of this stuff down, but like the NBA, NFL, you know, stuff we like and are into, kind of the wrestling. You can see how it's gotten worse, stale, repetitive, whatever term or adjective you want to put on this. That's what it is right now to most of us. And that's like the world. The movies have done the same thing. They just keep remaking the same movies over and over. There's really nothing popping, nothing original standing out. So, yeah. But Pat McAfee, we got Pat McAfee at least, right, everybody?
Yeah, he's the face to most people.
Yep, he's hilarious. Everybody loves him for I don't know why. Terrible voice, does the soy open mouth pictures. He massive dome piece.
Yeah.
And you know, he's the frat boy in his 40s.
Mm.
You know, pouring beer in his head and everything, and it stinks. And what upsets me more than Pat McAfee is that there are Pat McAfee fans.
Yeah.
Like,
But do you ever hear them? Do you ever say like hear them? That's the thing with me. Maybe I'm not.
I hear them. This is why it upsets me. So if I write, you know, oh my God, I can't stand Pat McAfee or something on social media, people will immediately come to his defense and go, I like him though. He's good. Or even I've done it on the show, and then in the chat, it's all like, oh, he's okay. He's pretty good. I watch his show all the time. It's like, well, fuck off then.
Yeah.
Because I don't like him.
You know what it is? You know what it is? This world is filled with fucking dweebs. That's what it is. They were like, yeah, he's the coolest. You're not cool. Fuck. You're terrible. You're not cool. Like, there's no cool left in this world. It's fucking dorks.
To me, he's just another influencer. I don't see a difference between him and IShowSpeed.
Right. If we didn't have the show, I wouldn't know who any of these fucks were.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of them.
Kai Cenat. I've learned all these names in the past year or two.
Kai Snot? Who the
Kai
fuck
Cenat,
is that?
yeah. Yep. He's just learning how to read now and stuff, Sleaze, which good for him. He's trying, but you know, he's already a trillionaire and he's like, now I think I'll learn how to read. You know, it's like, you know, this is what I'm saying, Sleaze. Like everything's ass backwards in this world, I think.
We've gotten dumber.
Yes.
Like our technology has surpassed so many things, and it's impressive and all this shit. But as a society, we have gotten dumber instead of smarter with all this technology.
Have you heard the rumor that Vince might be coming back to the WWE to go into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, yeah, which I wouldn't mind. He deserves it. He created this shit.
Yep.
Anybody at this point, fuck off about Vince. You know what I mean? Like the lawsuits didn't stick. Whatever the fuck. He's 80 years old. Let him.
Well,
into the Hall
technically,
of
I
Fame.
think he's still in a court battle with the woman there.
Yeah,
But
the shit taker. Yeah,
yeah,
you got the Undertaker and the shit taker.
It's the shits.
that's Undertaker on the toilet. But we got that white hot take and rumor from Logan Paul podcast, so I'm sure it's 100% true.
Right, because there's so many revelations coming out of that shit.
Well, I had this story all set up for Jess. Shins and Tama may be teaming up, and Tama Tonga got the pin on the Wyatt Six after the Wyatt Six, one of the guys there, Dexter Loomis, got hit in the head with the lantern. So he got hit in the head with Bray Wyatt. Technically, that's how I took it. Very offensive. Solo Sikoa. So they left with the win and the lantern. Still, do you give a shit, Sleaze, about that?
No, not at all. And like people online are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they did that with the lantern. It's so disrespectful. It's fucking wrestling. Shut up." It's probably not even the same one that Bray used. And shut up.
Yep. And they're all LED lanterns too, which I can never take serious. If you have a lantern, who buys a LED one like that?
Yeah,
it's just very funny. The way you'd always like act like he blew it out and you'd shut it off.
Yeah.
I love Bray Wyatt, man. I got all his action figures, everybody.
Me too, but don't say it's like disrespectful because they did an angle with a faction that is pretty much there because of you.
Don't tell him about CM Punk and The Undertaker. What went down with them.
Yeah.
Pissed that Undertaker off. Yep. Kane, I mean, he was burnt alive, wasn't he?
Right.
Yep. Later found out it was mental scars.
Triple H had sex with a corpse, didn't he?
Yeah. In a Kane mask. Or he was in a Kane mask.
Yeah.
That was Kane. That wasn't Triple H. Get it?
Oh, but Triple H drugged Stephanie to marry her.
Oh, that's right. That was him. Man, they did a lot of stuff back then. And then they even wanted to have an incest angle between Stephanie and Vince at one point. Remember that story?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fucking disturbing.
You know what? That's the only thing more disturbing than that storyline, which probably Bruce Pritchard's, is having Pat McAfee go over Gunther. That's the only thing that would disturb me way more than Vince McMahon trying to bang his daughter.
Yeah.
Yep. Get it, folks? That's like how bad it is.
So if you were the head of WWE, let's say you're Triple H, right? And you're in one of those writers' meetings, and you got Pritchard, you got Michael Hayes, you got that fucking guy that is the head writer, whoever the fuck that guy is. You got Paul Heyman. You got Road Dogg. Who are you keeping and who are you getting rid of?
Well, I heard Road Dogg, just a clip recently of talking about an angle or doing this and that. And I'm sure, you know, not everybody may not be 100% every day or whatever with all this stuff. But I don't think Road Dogg's really all that necessary. I'm sure you may know about wrestling and everything. You're cool, Road Dogg. I think all these people are cool, right? You guys are great. I think what you would need to do is like a production group for music or movies or anything else. You have like a maximum of 3.
Yeah.
3 guys, and then you could even have votes if like things are like, you know, you're really like, well, we don't know, but then, you know, 2 of them are like, well, we think it should be like this. So you do it something like that, like having a little production type group where they all know what's happening. The word stays with them, so there can be no leaks. And if there is a leak, we know who it's 1 of 3 of you guys.
Yeah.
And instead of at one point, remember they said they had something like 27, 28 writers in the room?
Yeah.
So fucking unnecessary. Pay 3 guys really well and have them keep the never-ending story going. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree 100%. So who would your 3 people out of everybody I just said? Oh, and you gotta include Abyss. You gotta include Bobby Roode, Jamie Noble, all these people that are producers.
Right.
Um,
My guess is I don't know who's doing what as far as the matches all the time, but I definitely would keep Pritchard, as crazy as that sounds, as much as
yeah.
I've just been shitting on him, because he is the old guard, and you need that there.
Right.
And I think everything else, yeah. So at least as long as you got people that are from certain eras, I think that would work best.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Mhm.
And I also agree, like, you don't need all these people. Like, I don't know how these guys and girls do it nowadays where you see the gorilla position and they got like 30 fucking people in there, right? You got Triple H, you got Bruce Pritchard, you got all the writers, you got all the fucking all the agents or show match producers and all this stuff, all just ringing into your fucking ear while you're in the ring doing your shit. I don't know how that is productive at all. Back in the day, it used to be Vince. That's it. He would sit there and ask people. You could see back in the day, he would have 2 or 3 people in there, Pritchard, like Michael Hayes, shit like that. But it came from him. Where nowadays it's like you got the guy that's producing the show, you got Triple H, you got the fucking announcers, you get the ref. They're all in the same fucking feed. And as you're trying to do like suplexes and shit, people are screaming shit to the ref that's telling you shit, and it's coming from Jamie Noble or it's coming from fucking Bobby Roode. Like, how is this working?
Yeah, I don't see how it can be how that's smooth. It's too micromanaging, and that's not what wrestling is.
Yes.
You're supposed to say, have the wrestlers come up with the match. Okay, you came up with the match. Go out there and fucking do it. And sure, you got a headset to the ref so you can be like, we're ending this thing.
Right.
That's it. That's really all you need to do. It's a time-based thing. You don't need any interaction from backstage other than a quick call to the ref, like this guy's running in now. We didn't plan this, but this guy's going to run in. Let him know that this is how we're doing it. Done.
Yeah.
But now instead of just winging it like that and making it good and organic, and say even if, like I said, fuck ups can happen, sure, but fuck ups happen more when it's micromanaged.
Yeah.
And I'm even seeing some clips of SmackDown last night, and again, especially with the women, it is so apparent. They are just like, all right, I'm gonna wait for you to do this here, and now I'm gonna do this, and you can tell the wheels are moving in their brain, and I'm seeing it live as I'm trying to believe something is occurring here that's somewhat real. And nope, they're just literally might as well fucking square dance out there.
Yeah. And like you'll see clips on Unreal of Triple H, like literally telling them every fucking step of the way. They'll be like, all right, so it's CM Punk and somebody else. He'll be like, all right, so tell Punk to go in the corner. All right. And then tell the guy to punch him. And then tell him, and right after that, like, sell it. And then go to the middle of the ring and then hold it for a little bit. And I'd be like, shut the fuck up while I'm wrestling. Shut up. Like, you pay me to be a wrestler. I don't need you to tell me exactly what I should be doing. You hired me because of whatever talents I have for the mic, for the fucking, the look, and let me do it. Let me fucking do it. Instead of telling me, all right, well, walk down and stop. Stop there. Stop. Okay, go. Yep. And then say this to this person and then back up and then this. Just go out there and do it yourself. Fuck it.
Yeah. And then other things, aesthetic wise, like why does CM Punk wear a t-shirt? I never really thought about it. I didn't really care. But since Nash and everybody's brought it up or whatever, it's like it is kind of stupid. He is the champion. He is wearing a t-shirt. And they're like, well, somebody brought it up the other night. You're a 50-year-old man wearing the t-shirt. It's like, yes, yeah, take it off. Like, he's not out of shape.
Oh, yeah, I don't get it. You're the heavyweight champion. Like, that used to mean something. You're supposed to be presentable and shit. And Kevin Nash has always had it out for fucking CM Punk. You know, back in the day with our old intro, we had that Kevin Nash telling him to take a shower and hit the weights.
Yep.
Um,
Get a clue.
yeah, get a clue.
Yeah, that's when I first started getting back into wrestling again, is when they were feuding and Nash is out there and his hair's jet black. This after being in TNA like years earlier with full white hair. And then Punk's, telling him you got shoe polish in your hair and he's going off script kind of on him. It felt. But I think hearing from Nash, he was like, yeah, they wrote all that stuff in. I knew a lot of that stuff was coming because, they just kept letting him get over on me, and he was all pissy about it, which, I get it. I mean, you feel like you could squash him with your bare hands, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like for them to bring in somebody and have a character that's like, that just calls out everybody's bullshit. Like calls out the TikToks, the backstage like shit, like, oh, you're such a fucking heel, but you go on TikTok and you do dances with fucking Nia Jax. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like a character that just calls out all the fucking bullshit.
That's
Like
what pops now.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just, like a new version of Stone Cold, but it just calls out like just realistic. Fuck.
Yep. Remember the last time we got something like that, I feel, was Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte.
Yeah, yeah.
And look at what it did. It turned Charlotte into a super over baby face.
Right.
They stuck her with Alexa Bliss and it actually worked. And then Tiffany Stratton wrestled Jade Cargill and we never seen her ever again, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. The real life stuff always sells. And I don't know why they don't go into that. Like the whole Chelsea and Matt Cardona thing. Like they can play the most annoying characters ever. Why not go with that? You know what I mean? Like, why not? It's money to me. Apparently not to Trips, but
yeah, they're McDonald's. They're stamping those little fake hamburgers out, and they're gonna make them smaller every single year to get that money up on their side. It's very corporate.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I saw something with that match that had Seth and Becky versus Punk and AJ. And Seth said something like, yeah, nobody liked that match. No, they did. I think he was wrong because Becky even said like everybody loved that match. But it was sort of realistic shit going on. You know what I mean? Where it was like they were attacking each other personally, all four of them, And that's what made that match good. The buildup was great because you had that real animosity and stuff. They lack that overall.
100%. And it feels like throughout time, they really wanted to cool it down when it's like, no. You don't want to cool this down calm Seth Rollins down. You want him freaking out all the time about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least I would. I'd be like, bro, you're under contract. I wouldn't do anything stupid, obviously. But hey, you want to go off script. You want to break down these fourth walls and things for the people and whatnot. Have at it. We're paying you both millions and millions of dollars to do this, and it will make us even richer, just by you guys hating each other. So cool.
Yeah.
That's how we got the Dabbleverse. That's how you get anything worth a shit, is there's some sort of conflict going on. People gravitate towards that. That's why I'm saying, Sleaze, who do we need to fight with? Let's find some people to fight with.
Yeah. Yeah. No shit. And it's like it's weird because we were alive during the whole promo where Vince came out after the Brett thing and all this stuff and said, "Hey, we're not going to, insult your intelligence. This is scripted, basically, and da da da." So now, fast forward to 2025 when they started this Unreal show, is they'll say like, "Well, we're not. You guys know it's scripted, okay? So we're going to have this behind the scenes show, right?" But that show should be playing into what we're seeing on the program. You know what I mean? Where it's like, if you're going to have like the R-Truth section where they had the whole explanation, his release, and it was a release and it wasn't, and that was a good portion of it. Play that shit out in the ring. If somebody's got a grief with a producer or something like that, or, whatever the fuck behind on Unreal, bring it to fucking Raw. Like, make it more realistic. Because that's where you're insulting our intelligence, okay? That's where you're fucking doing it, because you can't sit there and say, like, just for an example, like Drew McIntyre is this huge heel, but then he's like backstage, like giving Io Sky a fucking hug and playing patty cake with her. Now you're insulting my fucking intelligence.
Yep. And then these people get to play their real selves out in social media, in the world and everything. And then when they stick up for, say, what's his name? The guy there that hurt his neck and hurt Big E's neck and all that and left. And, they want to donate to him, or they're calling out WWE for firing R-Truth at the time or whatever. Because it's still a firing to me. I mean, that's what that was, bro. Don't get it fucked up. I mean, they can play the word games and stuff over at WWE, but what Triple H was trying to say, well, technically, it's like they were trying to hold him like over a barrel or something for his contract so they could lowball him probably and be like, well, we could just release you, but you want 20 grand a year or something, it's like something crazy. And the fans spoke up, and then the WWE, I mean, they leaned into it a little bit for like the first show, like, I'm back and it's because of you. R-Truth should have come back and just went in on WWE. That's what would have really put him over. Like what you're saying is like, act like it happened. We all know it happened. He's back now. Act like something happened. And then Triple H will come out on Unreal or whatever. We do what we do. we was never actually fired. Technically, we had him on the contract and we were just fucking around with him and playing games to get that contract down to 2 cents. Like he should, if anything, he should lean into it that way, and R-Truth should lean into it the other way. But they're like, no, none of this happened, right?
Yeah, I agree. R-Truth should have came out and said, like, listen, you guys didn't think I was good enough. I'm going to prove it. And R-Truth is still fucking talented enough that he can wrestle his ass off. Mm-hmm. Put him into programs where he's whipping everybody's asses and then going, see, motherfuckers, you fired me. It would have been great. But yep, they have him come out. He cuts his hair, and then that was the end of it. What the fuck? How fucking hard is this for you people?
And never cut. If you're going bald, don't just cut your hair. Then you're going to look even more bald. You might as well cut it all off.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob Fat too.
Now he's got his weird squiggly shit that's half you can see it, half you can't.
Mm-hmm. It's all faded in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shave it off. That's all you can do, okay? Maybe not the Samoan werewolf at the moment. You can hang on to it a little bit longer because you do the head shake thing and you kind of need it for that.
Yeah.
But you see him fucking repping his sets the other night?
Yeah.
He's in full blood gear.
Yeah.
I wish I had my Hogan's. I don't think I do anymore. I think they're Cornet now. No. That's breaking news.
No breaking news.
And then we got
Bro.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
these took over.
Bro, Butterface.
Remember Hogan? This is where we shed our blood, sets, and tears. That's what Jacob Fat too. He needs to steal that line from Hogan.
Yeah.
Blood sets. Oh yeah. So even that, I'm watching this right last night, that the highlight clip of Jacob Fat 2 and Cody Rhodes getting in each other's faces, and it was good enough where I'm like, I'll watch this. I'll give it the time, right? But then as I'm watching it, it feels so over the top cringe and phony. Cody brings up he was in prison, and then Jacob has to, yeah, it was, but it made me a better man and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like totally zoned out at this point. Because again, we've seen and heard all this stuff, Sleaze. This is nothing new. What if Jacob Fat 2 sitting there repping his set in prison, talking about prison and all this shit, and then tries to like shank Cody Rhodes instead?
Right. Or even the back and forth. You could have been like, yeah, I was in prison, and if you were there, you would have been my bitch.
Yep.
Said, so let's get something. Like, fuck.
Force him to like hold your pocket that you pull out.
Right.
Try something like that.
Right.
Make a stipulation in the match. If you beat Cody Rhodes, he has to hold on to your pocket.
Or you know what you do? You got enough money, right? Be like, yeah, you keep bringing up prison. Why don't we have a prison match? Mm-hmm. And you go to an actual prison where they have actual fucking inmates and they have a match there. Wow.
You hearing this,
money.
WWE, you dumb fucks?
Go fuck yourself.
Instead, you're gonna put them in a room together backstage that you know is lit up like this real quickly, and a couple curtains everywhere, and you're gonna act like you're in a fancy special real like, what, you're still in the arena, we all know it. You don't do shit anywhere else, so come on, just do something.
Could you imagine a pay-per-view? It's just one match, it's their match, right? And like, okay, so you come up with stipulations for the prison match, but it could cover a whole pay-per-view, right? It's just one match, and you literally go to like a fucking high security prison, right? And you have inmates, like real inmates, and you have a match there. Maybe right in the yard or where they eat. Fucking great.
Yep. And you could say it was real prisoners, and even just make believe, put your wrestlers in there, your security guards and stuff, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, come on, man. Listen, if they could just give us the reins for a little while. I understand some of these ideas seem big. WWE, look at the stages they're making. Like, this would cost a fraction of that. Just that stage is the set that you would have in even a makeshift jail. They could make their own jail and say it's a certain prison, but they won't even do that. Come on. But you know what they would do instead? We're going to do a prison match in Saudi Arabia, whatever, and then put together, I remember the Punjabi prison.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably just going to be a cage match.
It's the shits.
Yeah, we don't want that.
I want a real prison. And like maybe during the match, somebody does, like you said, grabs a shank, and you think somebody's going to get stabbed. Obviously not, but it makes it good for TV. You know what I mean? Like, fuck me.
Yep.
Am I making too much sense?
It makes too much sense, I think. That would make too much money.
Fuck.
Because honestly, if they had like a Saturday night main event like tonight, and I knew that there was a prison match going down and they were going to go to a facility somewhere else and fill it up, they could even just fill it up with fans there and tape it. Do whatever. Yeah. It wouldn't even have to be live, but they could make it live.
Yeah. You have the guys arrive in a prison bus and get off. You can even have the pyro. You have their music. They walk into the prison. Oh, shit writes itself.
How crazy would it be at an entrance with Jacob Fatu coming down all shackled and things, and then they unrelease the shackles, and then he shakes the head.
Yep. You got the prisoners like freaking the fuck out. They punch each other. Like it'd be great. There's a riot at the end.
Yep.
And the guys are still trying to wrestle, but then you got all the other fucking guys trying to escape. Come on.
Yep. You have the first, how about this? The first floor would all be the prisoners, right? And then the second floors are the real fans with like a fence behind it and things.
Right.
It would be sick. Come on, sick, bro.
Wow, you haven't seen that before, have you?
It's just, instead, you know what? We're just going to get, which I like, Carmelo versus Dragunov like we did last night. Maybe we'll get that again. Believe it or not, that's the best title going still. That U.S. title. And then the Miz is involved now. He helped Carmelo get over on Dragunov last night. I mean,
it is. It's the only thing that's really interesting right now.
And
it's sad because it's AJ Styles last year, and what they're giving us is a rivalry from like 15, 20 fucking years ago. Him and Shinsuke that nobody remembers. These kids don't remember. But that's the big thing right now is, oh, God, they had such a heated rivalry in fucking Japan.
Yeah, Shinsuke's been losing to everybody ever since he won the Royal Rumble a few years back.
Right.
Which, isn't that crazy? Like, it feels like a dream. Like, that happened. Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble.
And Asuka. Yeah.
And
it was a fever dream.
And then when you win the Royal Rumble, you're supposed to fight for the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And you never did that.
No. So why do it?
No idea. They're just stupid idiots, I guess.
Stupid.
And
if you want to have a Shinsuke and AJ match, okay, just My brain's turning today. Bring him back to Japan. Have it there. You know what I mean? Do a little fucking event in Japan. You know what I mean? You have an undercard of like Japanese versus WWE people. Do it like that.
Yep.
It's more for their fans that remember that than our fans that really don't.
Yeah, supposedly they had a Japanese event there like 4 or 5 months ago or something. I remember Omos was over there, and I think he got involved with Noah and stuff, but that would have been the time to do it. And they did do that once before. I remember the main event was Brock Lesnar versus the New Day.
Yeah.
Like he just beat up the New Day in Japan, which they loved. And I just remember they made it was like he was Godzilla and he was coming to Japan type deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't they do more of those?
Because it makes too much sense.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to get going soon. I know we're creeping up on an hour and a half now.
Yeah, I got about 10 minutes or so. This fucking storm that's coming, we gotta.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
batteries and all this other shit.
I'm probably gonna do some dabbling. I still have some wrestling notes too, but I think it's time to take a break. Time to crack open the Seth Rollins juice and take a whiz.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Sleaze. Everybody follow the Sleaze. Right
Do
there.
it. QR code.
Yep.
Things and stuff. Follow and fucking subscribe.
Exactly. We need subscriptions in YouTube, especially, and then helps me feed my kids. So thank you.
It's got like 8 kids, guys. You don't know this because he doesn't talk personally about it, but
I have 8 kids by 10 different women.
Yes. It's like Eazy-E back in the day, or DMX.
8 kids by actually 16 women, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. We're doing it. All right, Sleaze. I'm taking a 5-minute break, everybody. I'll see you in a moment with some Dabbleverse clips. We'll start dabbling. I may even try to send Dirty Jersey Rat a link, but I also have him booked for all the clips we've been watching, Sleaze?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have him on either Thursday. I think that's the plan. Well, I'll see you Thursday, Dirty. Don't worry about it. You can stay in your underwear right now, or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But all right, take it easy, Sleaze, and I'll see everybody else in a minute.
See ya.
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have 1 speed, I have 1 gear. Go!
This is teabagging. Teabagging. gave him the Roman war helmet.
So go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Seriously.
Oh, jeez, she's got.
Literally go fuck.
And we're back. Look at that. Best show in the world. Oh my God, where's my hat? I'm showing my bald without the 500. Oh my God. This costs you 500 subscribers, everybody. Shit. Now it's going to be clipped, and now I'm not going to get the 500 subscribers quickly. Fuck. Shit. All right, anyway, we're back now. Bald is covered for everybody. I don't want to be called bald. I'm not bald. You can't tell. So, let me set up a clip here. Speaking too much, but before I do this, everybody, I'm trying to get a hair transplant. Go there, check out all the links. Send me a bunch of money, right? Just that's what the dabblers do. They say, what am I doing this for? Send me money right now. You know, stop being stupid and buy all my merch that I haven't put out yet, because I tried Teespring, and little did I know, Teespring doesn't, do what you want in a timely fashion. See, I thought I was just going to be able to sell merch, make them money, make me money, all that business. And they were like, no. We're just not going to send some items to people. We're going to fuck around. We're going to make your name look real stupid out here. And I said, all right, well, I'm not selling merch through you guys anymore, but it's coming back soon. Again, go here. Comic books. The Whatnot shows are coming back. I started lining up the comic books. I have over 3,000 comic books, people. Crazy is that? Out of my private stash. But it weighs a lot more than 3,000 trillion pounds. So I need to make space. I need to get rid of some of these things. And really, have a better collection. Because I have a lot of good books, but I don't need them all. I just don't need them all. I need the space. So, there we go. Back here, And now we're going over here. And then I go, we're about to watch some Stuttering John. Let's watch Stuttering John. Which one is this one? Well, doesn't really matter. We'll watch this one first. With you guys, put you over here. And then we make it big. Yeah. Okay, let's listen. I don't even know what this clip is. Haven't seen this one yet. I saw a little bit of this show. I call this the Arkham Asylum group. Of course, you have Stuttering John, you have Ava, and you have Kiki over here, wife of Gino. And let's see what they have to say.
They bully you into like being like, well, it's fucked up to strike a channel. It's like, well, these are the rules. And now at this point, it's beyond just busting my balls. Just because you want to bully us and like into not striking people, not that I'm striking anyone, my God, but I understand why you do. It's like you're taking away now my right of.
Just look at his face this whole time. Don't forget to look at his face.
Having my own show. You're taking away, you're taking money from me because you need me to make money. Yes. How is that fair? How is that fair? Like,
okay, so they're talking about the lawsuit John has with a few streams out here, and Sunflower Dragon. Where were you, Sunflower Dragon? That's what a famous line from Stuttering John. The day he was like, "Where were you?" and he started naming all these random chatters, and because he wants people on his side. He wants everybody to know. Everybody's clipping his show and watching his show, especially these guys that obsess about him, like TSN and WATP. You can't say they don't, even if you're fans of those shows. I mean, they literally have shows that revolve around Stuttering John. So now he's fighting back. And he's got these two ladies protecting John. And Sunflower Dragon is a chatter and gives John money to say, "Hey, you're doing a good job," whatever the case is out here. Not all that entertaining, but she did kind of side with the shitwayer in TSN as far as the legal battles and the striking and the this and that. And John did not like it. He blew up on her the other day. And this is the day after. I think this is yesterday. So he will be bringing her up, I'm sure, in this clip. And they're about to get there. Let's see.
Just because they want to bully you into it to be like, well, fuck you, you're a terrible person. That's not morally unsound at all. No. It's like, no,
Kiana,
I'm just trying to have my own show.
But if you want to talk about morals, look what they did. They tried to.
They can't talk about morals.
They tried to get Ava to befriend my child so they can get dirt on me.
That did I guess that happened. They were trying to get Ava here to befriend John's trans child, who's I think in her 30s. And then Ava actually went and drove past her house or whatever, or his house. I'm so confused by all that. I stick to names generally when it comes to that. I don't even use pronouns anymore because you guys forced me out of that game. So I don't even use pronouns. I just use names. And so that was a little weird from everybody. But John picks and chooses, what's good and bad, like everybody does. And he's cool with Ava. But when Ava turns on him, boy, that's gonna get ugly. Just watch. It will happen eventually.
Where I went, wrong. That is where I went. This is beyond ball busting. This is insanity now. They're trying to get Ava to get dirt on you from your child. This is beyond anything. And then what did Shuli do? Instead of saying, "Fuck you, producer," like, what's his name?
He had a meeting with them.
Yeah, right. They had that's their production meeting. Let's try and get Ava to befriend John's kid. That's where I go, these people are fucked. This is not ball busting. This is not lighthearted. This is fucked the fuck up. Like,
and they lie about it. And y'all,
right. Yeah.
They lie about it, and you just choose to believe their lies, and that's fine. I understand that, but they're just lying about it. I just don't even bother fighting back about it. Like they turned an embarrassment, which is that they had a meeting. He calls me and asked me to stalk John's kid, basically, and manipulate them over a long period of time. They took that and then turned it around and lied to y'all and made it look like I did something. Like, that's how fucked up these people are. And then when you're talking about the morality of it, people like try to act like this is like some kind of chicken and the egg thing ethically, but it literally is not in this case. John did a show before the Dabbleverse existed, and then the Dabbleverse existed around John. John reacted to that.
It's going to be interesting to see because people are like, well, fair use and, you know, all this stuff. And I get both sides, honestly. I really do. But John would hate me for even saying that. How could I ever side with the shitway and all this stuff? Like, you have to be riding with him at all times or else, you know, you're done for. But shout out to Dirty Jersey Rat. He will be on this Thursday, 7 p.m. We're shooting for EST, normal people time. So if you're in a different place on Earth, remember, 7 p.m. is normal people time where I'm at. That's when you watch the show Thursday night for more dabbling. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more clips. Who knows? Maybe we even will check out some of the people I was talking about earlier that I'm not really interested in, or technically not interested in them. But I'll do it to see if you guys are interested in it. You know, like Karmix and Scarlet and all these people I tend to stay away from. And we got to have CWC back on. Who knows? He likes to come on shows. Dave Sarah, he's been on. We'll have repeats of certain people. New Jersey Ranger, his channel's blowing up. He's doing deep dives and 4-hour streams on, you know, Karmic and all these guys too, and ladies. So there's enough content to be had, and it's all good stuff. And that's why we're dabbling right now. Make sure you share this to everybody. So, because I'm not doing this for nothing, right? I want to get paid, and I want the shares and to tell everybody about it. Okay? And if not, then I hate you and get out of here, and you can't use my clips or anything. Can't use anything from Dr. Huge. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button. This takes a minute, too. Maybe because of the moving background. All right, we're going back. We're going to watch some more clip.
Are the people that are, you cannot bring morals into it. They're
Abba and Keanu, this is just one of the things.
Right.
We're not talking about
right.
I'm pretty
trying
sure
to live
he's
at my son's graduation.
Yeah, he sounds wasted here. But this is like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know so much about Sunday. He doesn't do a whole lot of Sunday shows unless they're in the daytime. So maybe that's the one day he takes off, right? Wink, wink.
That's when
We're
it
not
just
talking about calling domestic animal services on me or getting people to record me with a microphone in their lapel at one of my gigs with my
or leak footage inside your fucking house.
We're not talking about any of that.
No,
we're just
morality.
We're narrowing it down to one instance.
Right.
You're lucky John didn't whip all of your asses.
What?
No, exactly. Right.
He's nicer than I would be. Somebody like invaded my private.
All right, so they're all talking over each other in this episode, apparently. This says, Keanu, define woman. Once you do, Abba is a man.
House? Like, come on.
Like
you all should apologize to John.
They're doing it again. They're talking all over John. But it says, come on, this is the next super chat. Come on, Drunky turned off his filter. Your turn. Drunky.
John and thank him for not responding as hard as he should have. Motherfuckers.
Lest we forget, as much as I laugh about it because it's so ridiculous,
they ridiculous.
Came and took your couch cushions.
Yes.
Outside of your home.
That's weird. That's an odd, psychotic, stalkery thing to do.
Reprehensible.
That's beyond a moral analysis. It's just a bizarre, psychotic thing to do.
It's psychotic. It's obsession. It's like stalking behavior.
Yeah, so people, I don't know who exactly, but they took John's couch cushions he put out on the curb from when he was living in California and moved to Florida, and then they brought them to DabbleCon, I believe. I think that's the story. And they put a black light over it, did videos about it. Yes, they again, I said they are obsessed with John, but he kind of leans into it, and it creates this symbiotic relationship where they create content after John complains about them, then he gets to create his own content, right? Love that content word.
If any woman or anything said, I don't know, I put my couch cushions outside and then they came and collected them and then had a festival of incels about it. Like, everybody on earth, anybody with a brain stem would have fucking sympathy for that. But because it's you're the asshole for some reason. It's like,
it's because he's unlikable. Like, so the way she puts it and frames this is actually correct. Like, nobody would actually like what's happening as far as, what they're doing to John and harassing him. And it's not even necessarily the shows. It's like the fans of the shows. Like in the old days, the O&A pests, where they would just, be pests and mess with people and cyberbully them and do all kinds of weird stuff online. Like, that's not necessarily cool or good. I'm just saying John kind of helps bring that on himself because, in my opinion, he seems like a narcissist. That's how he comes off. That's how he's even when he was on Stern, when I used to listen when my younger days, I was like, he was just an obnoxious kind of trolly type person, always throwing, deflecting and obfuscating and outright lying and all this stuff. It's very nasty behavior, right? What the fuck? Couch cushions? Nah, exactly. And they were like, look, we found stains and we found this and it's dirty and blah, blah, blah. Is it funny? It kind of is funny. But when you do this for years on end with somebody and you literally are holding conventions about goofing on just one person, it will be interesting to see how this plays out in a court of law, because it's there. To me, there's more than the fair use stuff, but you know how the courts and stuff do. They're like, we don't want to know anything except for this. We're just going to focus on this one deal here, right? Which will probably be the copyright infringement, argument.
I'm not stalking you.
Well, they're looking out for people like Carl, because if you take this away from Carl and Shuli, then they have to like look at the things they're lying to themselves about in their own lives. Like, right. Then they'd have to like live in, yeah. So they're very defensive. I understand.
It's awful. It's awful.
Carl made a lot of bad investments psychologically and literally with real estate.
And this super chat says, you're going to talk that ish sitting there with those knockers, Ava? Those knockers.
Yeah, God.
Sunflower Dragon.
Invest in a new life.
Oh, Sunflower Dragon's here.
No.
All right.
And it says, he may read it again, but I said I disagree. Never given the opportunity to give my rationale. The narrative is like waves in the ocean. Peace and love, everyone. So what will John say to this?
I said I disagree. Never give me the opportunity. Give my
What's this music? I don't do music. We don't do music here.
Wrong. I think Keanu and Abbas said it better than me. What these guys do is so ridiculously fucking horrible to me. To actually side with them for a second is
suffering succotash.
Morally wrong.
Yeah.
Take yourself out of it. If you looked at it from an outsider's perspective, whose side would you be on? You'd be on like the side of the person that's being stalked, harassed, and fucking like, I just want to live my life and do my show. Not the side of the people that are like, we need his couch cushions for our incel festival. You wouldn't be on the side of the people that fucking like their entire life, their entire way of making money is sitting there and grifting off of you, John. Like, you would never be on their side. You would be like, the guy's just trying to do a show. Also,
also, Carl pushed out on the debate with me, just like Kumia. I just want to remind everyone of that.
Right. And
did he?
I'm still waiting for the link. Yeah.
Debate. Imagine this. They're doing debates now. I did my first debate. It was about years ago in 2017. It was is Roman Reigns good or bad for wrestling? That was kind of the premise, you know. And yeah, fun was had. I may have to bring those back. If anybody wants to do some wrestling debates, I got to find the nerds again online, like the ones that are hardcore in the WWE. Maybe we'll have Jess debate people. Maybe she'll be into something like that, where we'll get some AEW fans, hardcore AEW fans, and we'll have a totally unbiased debate, because, you know, I'm really unbiased with all of this. Again, I will goof on the WWE and stuff for days, hours, and years, and nobody says a word. I goof on AEW once, and it's, you know, I'm getting dislikes and people trying to dunk on me and stuff online. I'm like, huh? Wait a second. So I can't make fun of AEW, right? It's weird. But anyway, debate's coming back soon.
Shuli, I am still waiting for the link. Yeah, you invite me on your show. You got to reach out to me.
Keanu, Alba, did not do a debate with you.
This lady in the middle, I'm telling you, is very aggressive. She's always being very aggressive, right?
You're too smart for them.
Oh, yeah, no, he will never. That fucking bald hack, unfunny pussy will never send me the link. And if he did, he will rue the day.
You would wreck him.
Oh, I'd wreck him in a minute.
I mean, I don't know about that. Like, I don't think Shuli's like the greatest or anything like that either. But I mean, Kiki, you think you can destroy a working comic for 50 years in a debate? You want to debate him? And that's the thing about Shuli, aka dues payer, aka views payer, aka shitwear. That's the thing about Shuli, is he doesn't take challenges, which if he got stepped in the ring with Stuttering John, if he stepped in the ring with Bagel Boss, if he stepped in the proverbial ring with Kiki here, I think this would all be good for him. I don't think there would be any losing of anything necessarily. I mean, in the boxing match, yeah, you'd probably lose, but you'd still make a lot of money and it'd be worth it. And it's not like you would get beat up. I mean, you're wearing gloves, you're in a, you know. But I understand if you don't, but come on, man. That was easy money for, especially the Bagel Boss. But Stuttering John, he could beat you up in a boxing ring, even after a couple strokes and, you know, beers every single day of his life. But Kiki, that seems like it should be a layup for anybody to take her on verbally. She'll try to talk over you and this and that, but you plow through. So that's how you defeat that. So think about it, dues payer. Take Kiki on. Make something, make it more interesting. Just like the WWE stuff me and the Sleeves were talking about earlier. Let's innovate. Let's do something different than just goofing strictly on Stuttering John. Like, that's cool and stuff. You don't have to stop doing it, but maybe give us a show or something different where you can go on and actually debate. Because the Point Dabble Point show is not really a debate. Nobody's debating anybody. Usually there's a different point. When you have a Point Dabble Point show, you have John on, you have Ava on, you have Keanu on. Not like you could even get John, but you know what I'm saying. You have the John sycophants or fans or people that lean more his side. You have them on and debate them about all this nonsense. Just another idea out there. So we got a little bit more, right? Yep.
I would wreck him in a fucking minute, but I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for the link. You know, it's fine.
Well, as much fun as this has been, I just realized I'm over for an hour. I didn't plan on it. Keanu, please say and plug whatever you want.
Oh yes, just Keanu C. Thompson on YouTube, and if
I
you'd
don't
like
know
to
why
see
we're
me
listening
do
to
live
this
stand up,
now. We're listening to plugs now. What? All right, Dirty. I'm gonna have to ask you about this. Why in the world would you take the plugs in? There must be a reason, right?
comedy, I'll be with John,
Yes.
Rogers, and
I am so looking forward to it.
and any of my other live stand up comedy dates. I post them on my Instagram, Keanu
And
C. Thompson.
Keanu, I will tell you, whenever I book a gig, I'll always ask if you want to come on.
Of course, no, I just
That's his opener now. You have been sired, Kiki, by the great and all-powerful stand-up comedian Stuttering John now. Wow. Man, this must piss Pinky off. He's going to go off about this later on MLC, I bet. You better. You know, this is a day-old John clip. We don't do 2-day-old John clips. Right, Brennan? Only 1-day-old before it goes bad and spoils on us. All right, what's next? I got some more Duke. He was highly obnoxious the other day. I don't know if it was a first show. You know, he does multiple shows some days. Hold on. Here we go. Here it is. Stalin 19, shout out to you too, bro. Coming with the clips. Look at him with the Tonight Show shirt. All right. What do you got to say now? All by your lonesome.
I do want to address the dwarfy lawyer. Now, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. But it's very hard for me to ascertain how a man that is married to a hot lady is so invested in Casey Armstrong. Now, this is not a bit. Okay,
look at them crooked fingers, bro. That's crazy.
Is not a bit. And I'm going to read. He can sue me if he wants. I don't give a shit. He's already done that. This is what he writes to me. And I take exception with this.
There he
because
is.
He's
ding, ding.
Because he doesn't capitalize God. Now, our creator needs respect. And he writes to me, thank God, but he capitalizes KC. So God takes a backseat to Casey. Thank God Casey is talking to me again. I would have had to kick you out of the family plan, and I'm fixing his grammar, or just pay separately for yours. Now,
Casey Armstrong used to be on the Howard Stern show. Wrestler, was considered a very handsome man in all this. Everybody would call him gay and this and that and all these jokes and parody songs about him. That would never, ever occur in this day and age. So there's a little susness about Casey, but still, it obviously doesn't matter anymore. And he's, one of your old school jock types that wrestled and all this stuff. And it is a little bit of an odd thing. I know Vince is huge into the Stern show and like follows the Whack Packers around or something. It's like he was paying like High Pitch Eric to like hang out with him and do stuff with him and stuff. It like John's not wrong about this, and Vince does have this weird love for KC and everything too. It's just I'll let John explain it. It is weird.
Now, this is a grown man. It's so pathetically sad. It really is. And he was going to kick me off of his family plan for KC. And by the way, Dwarfy, that is so lame for KC. KC, I'm sorry.
Is he talking about
no offense to KC, but what great bits did KC ever do besides running out of Manhattan during 9/11? Could someone tell me what KC did?
So KC left Manhattan during 9/11 And then Robin and John piled on him the next day, like the trolls they are, being like, "Oh, you're a girl, you wear a dress, and you're gay, and you're stupid, and you want a coward." 9/11 just fucking happened. In the city you're in. I'm getting out too. What are you, an idiot? What are you going to wait for a nuke to go off or something? You don't know. So he left. I think he went back in the Jersey or something and went tanning or whatever. And of course they goofed on that and everything. I understand the goofing and why they would go with that angle. But John and Robin went so over the top with it that they were really pissing KC off. And I wished KC would have F5'd Robin right through her glass window and then taken Stuttering John, put him in the cripple across face. That's what I wanted to happen. So John always brings this up because he thought that was a great moment for Stern. Oh, we all are goofing on KC and look how mad he's getting. That's why he's like the OG troll. And I'm not a fan of trolls. Vince now, the lawyer he's talking about, trolls him all the time and trolls everybody. That's why I don't really like VTL either. It's not really funny. It's just he's being a dick. So John used to be more of a dick. He's kind of chilled out with his old age, but he's still a curmudgeon and dickish. And then you got VTL that comes along and then basically does the Stuttering John act to him, which is that's funny in itself. But individually, doing the trolling thing, it's not my cup of tea. But let's hear what John has to say.
Crackhead Bob, do you know anything? Any great bit that KC did on the Howard Stern show?
Yes, I can think of a dozen of them. Just the parody songs alone. KC posed for gay photographs. Where the German HMO, remember that from the old Photograph song? And then you had what else? He had a bunch of different bits. He would come up with bits. Some of them would work, some of them wouldn't. And that would be funny in itself. He created fake bits, had people calling in. I don't know. I think he did more work than John ever did. John just went out with a microphone and stuttered in front of celebrities and got them pissed off because he seems to piss people off. Then he wonders why he's got all these trolls and people that hate him in the chat. It's not necessary. It would be there anyway if it wasn't for Shuli or WATP. Somebody would have picked up on this. But then again, I think they helped create this Frankenstein. That's why he is the way he is now.
I don't think, though. Thank you, Crackhead Bob. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
0. But the dwarf would kick me off of his family plan for Casey.
We're in the commercial. Let's watch. Let's just plow through it. I'm not paying for YouTube. I don't give a shit.
Did you hear that Felicia had her ex-boyfriend take a polygraph?
All right, hold on. Doom, I'll get the fuck out of here.
He's kicking out a clipper right now. But Felicia, I'm going to have to ask Dirty Jersey Rat about this because Dirty Jersey had a clip of Felicia on his channel a few days ago. I'm going to have to investigate and do my due diligence and find out if he actually deleted it. Is he keeping it up? Is he going to, fire back possibly with words, of course, to Felicia, who is a stand-up comedian and dates Karmic X, big-time Dabbleverser. And, yeah, that's who she's talking about.
Yes, Doom's clip.
It's just because I haven't paid for YouTube Premium, but to me, I don't care. And all these losers
Same here.
You can't afford premium.
I can't.
Well, that makes me not want to pay for it even more. I'll just do that every time. Damn, I gotta pay for this.
Skull.
I'm doing well right now, and I
You're doing great.
This is going very well.
And we all remember Ashley Cummings, of course, Whitney Cummings' sister, and he is going to hit on her Because he always does. I think this is, again, a match made in the Dabbleverse. These two should hook up, have babies, and do a show together. I think that would be amazing.
Don't blow it, John. Don't blow it. Okay, let me go here.
Give me your craziest story.
Oh, I have so many.
There's a Felicia right now, the one we were just talking about, the one that's going at my boy, my future guest, Jersey. You're gonna go after Dirty Jersey? I don't think so, Felicia. We'll figure this out. Don't make me investigate any harder.
Actually threw a steel thermos at me one time from across the room.
First of all, Ashley, I know you're really big into style. What drapes is she wearing here?
I love that you said that. Haley and I talked about this clip today, and Haley was so funny. Pretty Antisocial podcast. Everyone should go there and subscribe.
These guys and their plugs.
My grandparents had a drape that looked just like that when I was growing up.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing that we both had the same assessment.
Because you had drapes like that too?
Yeah, I mean, they look like drapes. And yeah, now I'm starting not like
the story just doesn't add up. Listen, John, and tell me if you think this makes any sense.
Okay, here we go.
We were it was a scenario where I had found out that he had been cheating, and
he threw something at you.
Yeah, and he threw something at me. But it was escalating to this place where I was like,
dude, wait, who is this guy? I mean,
yeah, who is this guy? I've seen him on all these different podcasts. I have no idea. He's got like the punk rock tattoos and my goodness, man.
I mean, come on.
I mean, that is a very handsome man right there.
Yeah, I don't think he could do yoga, and
he looks like one of the ghosts in the Ghostbusters cartoon. That's what he looks like to me.
Can wish he does yoga, but all I know is we're still trying to find his neck.
No, it's like he left it on my voicemail too.
That he cheated on you?
Yeah, like no, like him in the act.
Oh
of
no,
cheating was on my voice. I told this story on Kill Tony.
Like a pocket dial?
Yeah, which I know was a pocket dial because we had the same phone.
Hold on,
and
once,
but I got my phone after he already had his phone, but we had the same phone. And I noticed that if you were texting someone on your phone, but you didn't lock the screen and you kind of just put it down, it would call that person. And it was like a glitch in the phone. And I was like, that's how that happened. I didn't find out till later, but yeah, I got it as the voicemail on my phone. It was like a 4-minute long voicemail. And I went to his house and I was like,
that night?
It was that day as soon as I got it.
I don't know
because he worked at the airport, right? So he worked.
Like when ladies keep talking like this in this tone, I lose it. I don't know what's going on anymore. What is she talking about? Can anybody inform? I don't know. Let's hear more.
At first, I thought he was messing with me because I had always been suspecting that he was cheating. And I'm like, oh, he's messing with me. And then I was like, this is too long to be a prank. Something happened in my brain. It was like
You mean what happened?
Exactly.
I can't wait.
I mean, already there's 3 things that are just very strange. Like he butt dialed her. Like, I mean, most phones have locks, and I don't think butt dialing is really a thing anymore. But
oh no, it does happen, but I don't.
We need Jess here with the voice anymore. Like, act like you're somewhat awake, guys. They're both like in slow motion, about to go to sleep.
She's just, I don't know, like I used to like her and now I don't like her anymore. Casey Brodsky, a loser that podcast to 500 people.
I used to like her, but now I don't like her anymore.
That hate you. Yeah, they hate me. Ashley, they hate me, but they can't quit me.
Well, I have to tell you, John, like this week I've been working from home mostly and seeing your show sometimes, like I'll smoke weed and it's like, you have to kind of laugh. Like people write like the meanest things to
I didn't even. Well, hold on. Let me read this. I gotta get the Doom clip. Does it get better or should we?
Yeah.
See, did you see that? Why do you always go back to women who trash you? They aren't going to give you. Uh-oh, I'm in the way. They aren't going to give you the pussy.
Yeah, I want to know your perspective as a man.
All
if
right.
you were in a relationship with a woman and this happened, like, how would you feel? I want to know your feedback on this.
All right. Well, DJ Snub says, thanks for Fiverr. Why do you always go back to women who trash you? They aren't going to give you the pussy. Doesn't matter. I don't care about the pussy.
Sounds like
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't.
Boy would say.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've had enough. I mean, well, there's never enough, but I'm secure in that area. If you don't mind.
303.
304. Hopefully, when we get to Vegas.
Wow.
Anyway. Here is here is Felicia explaining what a creep she is.
Brain tried to protect itself from getting this information by just thinking of other things, like distract yourself and
denial.
Yeah. And so and I started shaking, like my hands started shaking, and I drove to his house and knocked on his door, and he was like, what? And I'm like,
where is she?
I'm like, I have a voicemail.
Does this not sound like, the crazy girlfriend deal? I'm sure maybe she's telling the truth. Maybe. But I remember I used to have a buddy of mine that, I played fantasy football with. We weren't like super tight or anything. But just from him being in the fantasy football league, he brought his girl to the draft one time. And she was just a complete nuisance to everybody, right? For everything, she was just a pain in the ass. Like when she wanted to do things on her own time and everything, but she insisted on coming to these events with her boyfriend because she was like attached to her boyfriend. Because every time she was away from him, it's like he must be cheating. He can't go and hang out with a bunch of dudes. They're all going to cheat together. So I end up at a poker game. And he's there. She's there, of course. She starts fights, all this stuff. It's like with him especially. And then it totally disrupts everything that's going on. And we just want peace and we want to chill. She also supposedly scaled one of his apartment buildings that he was in to go. And then she broke into his place and went through his trash because he must have been cheating. Put apps on his phone so that when she called him, she could hear what he could say before he even picked up. This is years ago. So this gives me those kind of vibes. Instantly, you don't call, you don't do any of that, because of course they could deny or whatever. She's probably going to say, I caught him with a chick or whatever. Why are you trying to not deny it to yourself? It's just live in reality. I get that you feel like this is for everybody. If you feel like you're in love with somebody or whatever, it's a crazy emotion, right? So you want to check those things so you're not like driving by people's houses and their work and all this, this type of business, right? This is where we start going in the crazy land. Like when you hear the crazy ex-girlfriend and this and that. This is what this feels like, but I'll digress and let her finish.
Of you getting blown or something. He listened to the voicemail and I was like, what? So what the hell? And he's like, that's not
me.
He said, this was his lie. I had to take a shit so bad on my drive home.
Shits.
And I was moaning in pain.
That's the shits.
But you could hear the girl, I'm sure. Could you hear the girl?
You can hear, yeah. You could. Well, it was a guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
So that was another whole big thing. At the end of the thing, you hear a man go, "That was good."
Oh God.
And then he goes, "That was good."
And he's like, they were talking about his dump.
I told him. He was like, "No, that's the radio. It's the radio."
I'm sorry, Ashley. It's boring the fuck out of
That's
me.
the
I
shits.
can't. It's just she's boring. The whole show.
Well, I wanted you to get to the polygraph part. Like she
Yeah,
made
you
it.
know, all you gotta do is tell me, because the guy, like, I'm looking at the guy with no neck whose cholesterol level is higher than the age of Nostradamus. I mean, at some point, you know, I can't watch this. I mean, there's no way. Oh, that fat guy worked on the Whitney Cummings roast. You know that?
No, that's hilarious though. Wait,
Isn't
the
that-
OnlyFans one or which one?
The one that's from Ghostbusters, silly. Come on. She's not even paying attention. He's not paying attention. I think they're both out of their minds. You know, at this point in their day and age that they're at, I think that they're a little out of it because they just can't seem to keep up with a lot of things. But hey, shout out to Ashley Cummings. I would love to have you on. I want to interview you too. I got hard-hitting questions that you would love. And I won't pay, which means I'll never have you on, right? Because John even has to pay you for these little appearances, I think, which is crazy. Because John doesn't pay anybody. But I think he'll pay you because you have a vagina. So keep up the good work getting that money from John, if he's even paying. I can't even believe that a woman would get money from him. Nobody's getting money from John, okay?
His name is Zach Amico.
That's hilarious.
Oh, boy.
It is a small world after all.
All right, take that back, you fat.
Why?
No, I don't. You kidding me? Spinton 13, thanks, Fiverr. Dude, come out to Chicago Burbs for a comedy show. My bro and I will buy you some beers. We bring Ashley or Vince. Skull? I would bring Ashley. I don't know about Vince. That's creepy.
What's going on with Vince? I don't know him. I've only seen him on your show.
I don't know. He's in love with this guy, Casey, and it's really bizarre. Like this. I mean, this is a weird guy. He's a lawyer, Ashley, who sued me because I filed an
Vince sued you?
Yes.
But what did he sue you for?
For defamation for $12.5 million, which was so silly. But he's a weirdo. He's legitimately.
He's on your show all the time. What happened with that $12 million case?
I settled with him for a few shekels. Literally nothing. He was just doing it because he was mad because I filed an ethics complaint against him. It was a retaliatory bullshit thing to do. He knows it.
See, John doesn't understand why people fuck with him, right? So they may fuck with him, but then he'll escalate it, right? You're supposed to de-escalate when you're a police officer, especially, right? So that's why I always laugh when I see these cops out here sometimes, and they're just like, they're escalating situations. It's like, chill out, bro. You know, I'm not talking about anything in the news today. I haven't even really looked into anything. I don't care anymore. I got to tell you, when it comes to all this politics, world affairs, information you're getting through social media, I don't care anymore. I think a lot of it's fake, and fake to degrees that we couldn't even believe, possibly, many of us. But or it's used to then do other things. It basically, to break it all down, I think that all this information that's put out here, that's allowed to, the ones that are allowed to be out there and the ones that are actually putting out misinformation, disinformation, things like that, it's just to take more of my rights and my freedoms away. That's all it's for. So me bringing up any of these topics, you're usually pissing off one or two groups. I see what's going on here with all this stuff. I don't even deal with it anymore. So I digress, and that's why I'm going to focus more here on the Dabbleverse and this ridiculous nonsense.
He knows exactly what he did, but either way, it's all water under the bridge. But the guy can't stop texting me, Ashley. Pictures of him working out, benching.
Vince texts you pictures of him working out?
Benching.
That's a little...
You want me to show you this?
Yes.
more.
Okay. I mean, this is, yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, this is his look. Now, I don't know.
Just what
when you look
you
at
gotta
that
do,
face,
you gotta go
Ashley,
full Dr.
do
Huge
you-
with that. Come on.
Is the first thing that comes to mind serial killer or something? I mean, something. There's something very, very wrong with him.
Can you put the picture back up? I'll tell you the first thing that came to my mind.
Hey, have you
Oh, get off my screen.
Exit. That's the first word that comes to mind.
Exit. Get the out of there, right?
Do you see exit on the top right of the photo?
No. Oh yeah. Now, this is him. Look at those ridiculous shoes. Now, Ashley, come on, man.
Are those the same shoes that Pinky wears, kind of? Is that what you're saying? They're like pink?
No, because he's got man shoes, and then he's got those little tiny socks, which I don't know how men wear that shit, because I could
like, and then there'll be like parts of the show where there's nothing really all that funny going on, and I always just break out into laughter by myself, like while I'm watching it, because I'm like, like just consider everything that's going on, right? You got this drunk guy that used to be on Stern a million years ago, getting wasted with Whitney Cummings' sister, and they're watching this random like troll lawyer. And they're watching him like with his pictures of him working out and all this. It's just sometimes the ridiculousness hits me at certain times when I'm watching this, and I'm just like literally giggling to myself for like a good 5 minutes, because I'm like, I can't believe this is like all real and like people are actually involved in watching this. This is why this interests me. And I get there may be some people that are like, what the fuck? Like they don't even understand like what this is, what's going on. Just look at this picture right here. So that's what's going on. Okay. And I think it's funny. And to me, this is the best background noise in the world. Because, again, nothing even funny has to be happening. But then you just start, like, giggling. Like, they're goofing on his shoes and all this. I get, all right, he's wearing, like, some orangey pink shoes at the gym. Like, it's not, who cares? But it's just the whole setup to it. Me watching them, watching him, you know, Sweet Caroline and all this. It's crazy stuff.
You know, I got like they're like so difficult, and then he's got those short shorts, which is really, I don't know. That's a West Hollywood
Is
look.
this something he's posting on Instagram, or he's just sending to you?
I don't know. I think he posted in his own YouTube channel. He wants to show how tough he is. But Ashley, I mean, who is like? And then he's got that sleeveless shirt. I mean. Do you think he's like sexually confused?
What?
And now here he is. He's going to lift that.
He's really throwing some allegations out there. I think he's got another $12.5 million lawsuit coming, right, John?
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Yeah, right. I think Iron Sheik has something to say about this too, right?
You are fucking gay bar champion.
Me? I'm the champion. Well, I'll take it. I'll take the title of champion of anything.
And watch when he walks back. This is okay. And he lifts it once. Look at his walk. Now, Ashley, come on. Really? Look at those shorts. I mean,
look at the
shorts. Pink shoes.
Look at Vinny's hitting leg day. Unlike you, John, you go to the gym and you do fucking biceps like a teenage boy every time you show up.
I mean, I will say that's not a look that attracts women. I mean, in my opinion.
No. I mean, it is bizarro world, and this guy will send me this shit all the time and think that it's somehow going to impress me. Like, I give a shit about how much he can.
Like, that's Vince trolling. That's what I take it as. Either that, he wants to sleep with John, right? But what are the odds of that? I mean, John it isn't going to even be attractive to gay men, I'm guessing. Because, you know me, I'm done with those days.
I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup.
Woo.
I'm not gay no more.
Yep. So that's the end of that clip. We can watch more. Hold on. I almost messed up here. I almost messed up my stream like a boomer. Holy shit, I almost did a boomer thing. All right, Dirty Jersey, did you post any more? Let's see if he's got any updates over here. We got Mersh yelling about Scarlett. You know what? Let's watch a little Mersh in honor of Danny Damage. He was possibly going to be on today, but he's got this. Danny Damage has a life, okay? So when we get him back on, I hope you are all very appreciative that I have somebody that comes in here with a British accent, because we're famous like that. We can have people with British accents on our show. Oh no, you guys can't get them. We get those high quality guests. So Danny Damage is a fan of Mersh. Mersh goes in on Scarlett, who I know nothing about. Also goes in on Ethan Ralph, who I know very little about. I think the one big thing I watched with Ethan Ralph was he had a bowling event, and then there was some everybody trying to clout chase, make content for themselves. That whole deal. Hold on. How do I put a new clip on? Oh, this is so hard. Okay, we're here. And Mersh, the most congested man in the world, what do you have to say? Oh, he's not saying anything because I have him muted. Let's fast up. No, we don't want the very beginning. I don't like music unless it's mine.
He's getting the dabble versus fucking sloppy thirds. He's talking about Look, I don't care, man. Hey, Ralph, where's your son? That's all I have to say.
Wow. So he just this is the level that we're at now, right? Where we're talking about Dabbleverse stuff. Mersh he's not like fully in the Dabbleverse, but he is Dabbleverse adjacent, I guess you would say. He's in and around it, the orbit of the verse. So his deal, like most of these other streamer podcaster type people's deal, is to just instantly go for the jugular. So that's why people like having private information on other people. Even their first name, right? They think it's clever and funny to say names that aren't Dr. Huge or Mersh or what have you. But it is what it is. It's just to me, again, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my there are ways of being funny without being trollish and getting after people for the worst parts of their lives. There are other things you can annoy them by, which are just their other little ticks and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. But Mersh is going to go on Ethan Ralph over his kids, apparently.
Ralph can throw anything he wants at me. At the end of the day, I can only throw 3 words back at him. Hey, Ralph, where's your son? Oh, that's right. You ain't seen him.
So I guess this is the part where the internet goes, oh shit. Not to me. It's kind of just, it feels like a Hail Mary in the fourth quarter with 4 seconds to go. That's what it feels like. But then again, I don't know this Ethan Ralph. Maybe he deserves it. Maybe they all deserve it. Maybe Mersh is in the right. So maybe he's just pissed as well. And he's going to use the information and manipulate it the best way that he can. Female style, because that's what females do, right? They try to get information. They finesse it, and then they put it out, blackmail, use it again, that type of thing. Not all, I'm just saying, it's generally an estrogen tendency, in my expert analyst opinion.
Who was it that promised that was going to happen? Texas law, baby. He can say whatever the fuck he wants from here on out. Don't matter here nor there. Where's your son?
School.
So, and we'll get to that later because while I don't have a beef with Ralph, because Ralph is just being Ralph, I do have beef with Scarlett. And I will make my feelings known tonight. We won't be doing it on YouTube because I'm smarter than that, and I'm not going to get my fucking channel nuked. But trust me when I tell
you. So can I play the rest of this? HVAC, are you still here? Have you seen any of this? He's not even going to do this for YouTube. Apparently Dirty made a clip of it, but then can I play it? Because you know how this works. I'm not losing my channel. You know who that is, right? You're going to make me lose my channel.
Tell you brothers and sisters.
I worked hard for this 359 wherever we're at right now. This is bullshit. 359 fucking sucks.
Later on tonight on Rumble, I'm going to let you know.
I do have a Rumble, by the way. Go ahead. Sorry for interrupting, Mersh.
Exactly how I feel about Scarlett Hampton. Because I will say this. Yes, her going on Ralph's show is fucking disgraceful. And it's a shitty thing to do. Shitty to me? No. I've made it clear from day one. I've said maybe 10 sentences to this woman since I've met her.
All right, the one time I watched Mersh, I watched him live one night. And it was okay. It was pretty good. I was rocking with it, right? For a little bit. I'm in the chat. I'm doing my chat thing and stuff. Showing the blue face emojis. And then he went over to this woman, Scarlett. And I was like, I've never heard of her before. And he had a whole like mixtape about her and all this stuff. And I went, oh, I don't care about this. And then he started getting on, she's a queen. And he wants to date her. And he wants to do this and wants to do. And I went, oh, okay. So this is the part of the show that I don't need to watch anymore. Then, shortly after that, she started becoming like super dabble famous, you know, with the Matt Mead and the throwing things or whatever that's going on. It's so uninteresting to me that I've never even looked into it. So I just let that go. And every time she's been on MLC ever since, I don't give a shit because I think it's the shits. You know, it's Mazer style. And this is no, you know, throwing shade or I don't know how he's catching a stray right now, but it just reminds me, you know, like remember Mazer Mondays on Chad's show? The Sleaze was talking about this earlier, like having people on because they're friends or because they're females, and you think that you're getting and maybe KB's killing it with Scarlett, right? It's not for me. None of this entertainment that seems to be out here, it's hitting all levels of it for me. From the top of professional sports to collegiate sports to my shows and movies to pro wrestling, like it all is being dumbed down. It's become more and more the shits every day. And I'm not about it. And hey, man, you may not even like this show, right? You may think this show's the shit. So go watch something else. I don't give a fuck. I clearly am working up from 359 subscribers right now. Pretty pissed off about it. But hey, I always give this analogy. Mr. T in the basement working out, ready to take on Rocky Balboa, and they're just standing up there and they think, oh, I only made $600 tonight. I only made $300. Like, go fuck yourself. How about that? And in the meantime, the content you're going to bring is going to be just straight hate, straight trollisms, and whack packers that are literally, some of these people I believe may be mentally ill. Right? So it's not all fun and games necessarily to me, but hey, you know, Stern used to have the Gary, the retards, and the Wendy the retards, and then they had to change their names, and they didn't have to, but you know, they did. You understand? Are you following what I'm saying here? I think you're getting it. I hope you do, listening on the podcast. Where did my show go? There it go. There it is. All right, I'm gonna let Mersh talk some more because he's gonna shit on Scarlett now. Again, I don't have a problem with anybody. I don't want no problems. I'm your typical middle-aged man. I just want fucking peace, but I also want to be entertained by this. So I'm not in the Dabbleverse. I don't want in the Dabbleverse. I don't give a fuck about your couple thousand views or whatever anybody can get out here and your $600 a day. I'm not scoffing at it. I see where we're at, right? But I just want everybody else to know that I know. Okay? Thank you. What are we talking about?
I've had nothing to do with her. I don't talk to her. I'm not friends with her. I don't care about her. However, Ice-Dancer did consider Scarlett a friend. And Scarlett is a absolute subhuman cunt whore piece of shit.
What?
For what she did. Not to me. I could care less. I could care less.
I thought she was a
this
friend,
has nothing to do with me. But I can tell you this right now. She forgives. I don't. I do not. Whatever. She's my poison pill to any Dabbleverse and any show she wants to go on. And honestly, dude, after what Scarlett Hampton did, I want her with Ralph. I want those two lovebirds to meet. I want them to be together. And
is he jelly? Is that what's going on? This feels very, very jelly. Doc, your show is the best. We gotta preach the gospel out here, Coach. You know, it's rough sledding, but don't expect me to just like go away for another 5 years. You at least got me for 2 or 3 more years here before I burn out again. But I think this time around, I've been doing shows so infrequently that I'm not burning out. Like, at least one day a week, you're gonna get a pretty decently long show from good old Dr. Huge, and expect a lot more these days because, you know, I need to flood the market just like everybody else is. That's what the kids tell me. 15-second clips all over the place. By the way, go subscribe, go watch everything on here, go follow me everywhere, all this stuff. I have another channel. It was a backup channel at first, so there are some Dr. Huge show clips on there, but it is a mainly what I'm into type thing. So I'm going to focus in my Dr. Huge stuff on the Dr. Huge Show channel, which you're watching right now. Thank you very much on YouTube, and hit the like button. But I also have Dr. Huge 9. So if you want to watch me help people in Arc Raiders and plug the show and my fancy little clips, and who knows, I may even throw some other things on there that aren't necessarily show related. So go check that out. I don't even know if it's in the link tree yet, but I'll eventually put it there. Back to Mersh.
I mean that. So if Ralph's doing a victory dance because he's like, I had Scarlett on my show, you're not beating me, bro. I want you to literally to date each other. I want nothing more than this. I want this more than breathing.
I don't believe that. I just can't believe it. He wants to date her, right? At least in my pro wrestling state of mind when it comes to the Dabbleverse, that's what I want to happen. That's what I want the story to be like. And I want him to be jelly right now, and that's why he's acting out. You see what I'm saying? That's how I consume content and I watch things. It doesn't have to be the way it is. I'm sure you guys do this too, but you don't realize your brain's doing that. I know it's happening. I know that he may be telling the truth here, but I'm going with my story.
I'm going to spend all my extra prayer time and all my extra prayer points on literally only manifesting that.
Because he prays all the time, right? Skull.
Yeet. Yeet. What? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
See what I'm saying? If you're feeling this this passionately about something, and you can pull from that, there could be some truth in what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Skull.
Trust me when I tell you this. It's
I
not a
trust people
dunk
least
on
when they say
me
trust me.
to give me literally what I want, what the content gods want. Are you kidding me? You think if that fucking cunt posted a picture of a plane ticket to Mexico,
YouTube TOS,
think I'd be upset?
I don't stand with these C words, YouTube.
You think I'd be angry at that? I want that more than anything. What the fuck are we talking about? The first 3 weeks of 2026 have been boring as fuck. There ain't.
You know, I just went through this rant earlier. It's been terrible out here in the Dabbleverse and a lot of the verses, the sports verse and the wrestling verse. This stinks. The future is terrible. Nobody's creative. Nobody wants to do anything creative. They're just kind of regurgitating the same old shit over and over and over again. And we're done with it. I think I need to get crazier. I think that's probably what's going to start happening is I'm going to start getting crazier. The channels are going to start getting crazier here because go watch my latest short. You know, we're really we're going for it. And if you don't like it, then you know what to do.
Nothing going on. So, I'm not sure why somebody following a life plan that I absolutely want nothing more for them, why they would try to publicly declare that as some kind of own on me. It's not. It's literally everything I want more. It's like one of those things that I couldn't have dreamed up myself, but God gave it to us.
Yeah, I bet he wants it so bad he's going to be the best man at the Ethan Ralph Scarlett wedding. The Ralph wedding.
And I'm like, yes, let's do that. Let's do that, please. So, yeah, no, in no way upset. In no way, please. If I want, like, Scarlett is the epitome of if I wanted her, I could have had her. Not fucking her or dating her, but on the show.
Is this true? Can anybody confirm this?
She begged to be on my show 100 times. She went on all these other shows because I didn't want to go on any. I didn't want her on my show because I knew she was going to come on and and then when I was 6, and then we went to Disneyland. Now it's Disneyland, not Disney World. Disneyland, it's different from Disney World. But we went to Disneyland, and then I remember I lost one of my shoes, and then they're trying to find my shoe. And
yeah, maybe she does talk like this. I wouldn't know because anytime she pops on screen with that messy hair and all this shit, I'm like, I'm not watching this. But clearly, he watched it. He was all into it, but he wouldn't let her on the show? Huh?
Couldn't find my shoe. And that reminded me of, there was an AC/DC song, and I remember.
Maybe he's smarter than I thought.
One time, it was, they were playing on stage, and Angus Young, he kicked, and his shoe flew off. And that's when I realized, it's like, everyone sometimes just has one shoe. And sometimes you have one shoe, and I have one shoe, and then we all have one shoe. Yeah, I wanted that for 4 hours. No, that's all yours, Ralph. That's all yours, Big KB.
Exactly. KB, bro. Yeah, I don't know how 2025 wasn't a great year for the show. I'm speaking critically as I do with everything, wrestling. And I criticize the things that I like. And I like your show, but you have taken in a lot of you brought in a lot of tryhards. Okay, I'll put it like that. And it ain't fun, it ain't funny. Maybe take a day out of the week, every week, or maybe just once. And look out here for the people you could use and won't even ask you for money. You see? Try that out someday. Are you afraid of a little competition, possibly? That can't be it, right? That's the least of my worries. If you're going to be good on my show, please, by all means. You think you can do this? Come on. Let's go. I want you to be funny on my show and make my show funny, right? That should be your line of thinking. The way it feels like you've been thinking, you want ball washers on. You want dick riders. You want ball riders. Dick washers. I can do that. I'll dick wash and ball ride, but I'm not gonna like do it if it's not good for the entertainment of the chat. Because that's really all I can play off of. Everybody else, you probably listen. Maybe you like it. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you listen to a minute. Maybe you didn't. I don't give a fuck. The only thing I can go off of is the chat. And if the chat likes it, even if it's 1 or 2 people, I don't care. That's something I can gauge the operation off of. Where, you know, you may be getting more super chats with Scarlett. And I know these dumb dudes just like to look at broads. They just love it. And you could be like Jess to me has something to offer other than just sitting there. You understand? Scarlett, like as Mersh just pointed out, in my expert opinion, again, when she goes on these shows, if I hear a sentence or two, you can tell we're not really going anywhere. You know, in the theater of the mind. The theater of the mind is closed when these people come on because there's nothing happening. There's no train of thought. It's just fucking nonsense. And I can hear that IRL, kids.
That is all yours, homie. So, yeah, there's absolutely no bad blood on this. Absolutely.
Right. I thought that was the yeet.
Yeet. I see this fucking clip, right? And I go, oh, is that like, I thought at first I was like, oh, is Ralph watching the clip of Scarlett, whatever. And then I click on the link and I'm like, oh, fuck. Like Scarlett's on Ralph's show. I immediately I've unfollowed Scarlett. I told her a DM. I sent her a DM telling her what a absolute fucking piece of shit she is.
Why would you do this? Is there something I'm missing? Like, I know he doesn't like Ethan Ralph, of course, but she did his show and now he's pissed at her, but he was never going to have her on his show. Right? So how does that logic line up for you guys? Doesn't make sense to me. You didn't want her on ever, right? You just want to goof on her. You know she's like goofy and stuff. Okay, got it. But now you're mad at her because she's going on Ethan Ralph's show, who's your arch nemesis. But you hold no ownership over her, even as a guest, right? So say I hated somebody and they're doing the show like I do, and then Jess goes on their show, right? I still wouldn't do this gimmick, but I wouldn't be happy with her and everybody would know why, right? But I also wouldn't be like, well, I never wanted her on the show to begin with, right? So
like, you know what I mean? Man, I never thought I would fucking agree with Gino Brasconti about anything. Now I want to make,
I don't know, Flat Broke Gino, right? Red Bar made that famous. Go listen to the song. It's crazy. Kiki's husband, Gino. This is how all this stuff makes sense, right? So now if you know Kiki from Stuttering John's show, you know Gino in any shape or form, you know any of these people, they're all kind of connected in this weird little world.
One thing very clear, and that is that I do not speak for Ice Dancer, nor have I actually really had a chance to sit down in person and discuss like this whole situation with her, like to really even get a feel for how she feels about it. So I'm not going to make any, I'm not saying anything on her behalf. I'm not talking for her. This is all purely just Mersh, me, Mike Shuley. This is just me talking.
Mike Shuley.
Absolute piece of shit move. And really, you know, the only thing that was said to me by Ice, because she's very forgiving, she goes, you know, She probably has no idea about any of that. And I go, well, if this fucking dumb cunt actually shut her fucking mouth for 2 seconds out of the day and actually listened to another person in the room, maybe she would have picked it up along the way. There's a reason I never had her on the show. I stand by that. I think people are starting to see why I never had her on the show.
He's feeling nice.
G.
Let's get our eating in. That will help with the alcoholism.
G. 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 G.
I guarantee Mersh couldn't eat that many times in one of his broadcasts. He'd probably die, right?
G. G. G.
Now I'm just showing off.
G. 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 G.
Let's go. Man, this clip is still going here. But why does Dr. Huge have 359 subscribers? And these guys have thousands? I'm way better at drinking on cam than them, right? They all have cans and they're drinking like shit beers and stuff. And I'm over here eating.
G. 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 G.
What? PG product, folks. Come on.
Puppy in a fire, man.
I don't even wipe like
It was a
that.
puppy.
Oh, everybody else wipes.
It was.
Everybody else wipes except me.
Why? I never had her on the show.
Watch this. Watch. See that wipe? That's a stuttering John wipe right there. Let's freeze frame it. Let's zoom in on it. All the rest, right? And drinking I drink the classiest of juices. I have art behind me. I'm a pro sports snob. I have all the championships. I got all the great action figures behind me, all the best DVDs, so when you guys are out here paying for your little subscriptions and you're like, Dr. Huge is broke. He doesn't even like YouTube Plus and he won't buy ESPN Plus and he won't buy Disney Plus and he won't do this and he won't buy this. I don't need to because I'm living in the 90s and I got everything that I need right fucking here. Come lock me up. Come on and lock me up already because I'm smarter than everybody. Got it. Hold on. Skull.
What? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Be in a fire, man. There was a puppy. It was in a fire. I said, hey, I just want to get the puppy out of the fire. Ice Dancer made the mistake, in my opinion.
I just kept catching another wipe.
to
What is this wiping business with the streamers? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is there some other activities going on that I'm not privy to? Because this is Dirty Jersey Rat. This is his little clips-ups, right? So maybe there's parts of the stream where there's partaking. I don't know for certain, just maybe. And this isn't me goofing on you, Mersh. I know I've been goofing on you for like a while now doing this clip, but it's kind of what I do. Please goof on me anytime. Nobody knows I exist.
adopt that puppy. And that puppy turned out to be a fucking pit bull that enjoyed. I think that that's a shit move. I think that if she didn't know anything about that situation, then it shows just how fucking blah 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 me she is.
Wait, well, I guess maybe I'm like that because I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. This clip is classic. This one?
There is a reason why I kept my involvement extremely limited to that fucking broad. Look, the bottom line was we thought it was fun to cover her or whatever. the fun stopped a long time ago, and the amount of work and responsibility and like looking out for somebody that's gone into it versus the amount of fun I've had from it has it really, this is like one of those things where we bought a bunch of land, we started mining it, it looked promising, but we've had a couple of collapses and the veins and the ore aren't as rich.
Honestly, I understand this whole part. I totally get this. Yes. So, you know, you think one thing's going to happen, a totally other thing happens, and it has nothing to do with you. It's like outside forces or inside forces, but it was just because you were trying to do something. Others may have had a hand in helping taking it down. So it could be like, well, you know, what are you going to do?
Which as we thought. And this is turning into one of those situations where we're just cutting our losses. Ice Dancer is an extremely forgiving person. I wouldn't be surprised if she was still cool with her. I have no clue. I don't speak for them. Never did. Told her my thoughts when she said, well, you know, she's been talking to me a lot. And I don't know. She's like, I've been friendly with her. And I'm like, you know, you be friendly with her if you want, just be careful. Be careful. And, you know, just, I was like, be careful. That's all I'm going to say.
That's why, of course, people have to
I said it earlier and I'll say it again.
Be careful in the streaming game. You don't know if somebody's going to come on and porn bomb you. Try to take your channel down, right? Oh, I won't lose my channel. Or any of that stuff. You know, it's very obnoxious. And you should vet people better. That's why I'm kind of worried for KB in a way where, you know, he's to the point now where he's like, I need Scarlett. I need Scarlett to come on. I'm just waiting for her to come on. And this will be like on a Friday night. And I'm like, damn, dude, like you really want her on anytime you can, maybe because your people like it. I ain't one of those people though. So good luck with whatever comes of it, because even Mersh notices the warning signs that come with that. And if you're worried about your channel being taken down or anything like that, I think the main people you have to worry about are generally ladies, right? A lady just took down Vince McMahon recently from the WWE. Ladies take down all kinds of people from, and if she starts showing up at AC events and everything like that, be careful.
She's very forgiving. She forgives. I don't. Not at this age. Not at this age and not this late into the fucking game.
87.
I knew this bitch was trouble. There is a reason why. I actually enjoyed watching her upload her code into the Dabbleverse. And now,
not my Dabbleverse. I mean,
you look at it. Just look at the comments. Look at the comments. Look at the just look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Nobody's happy. You're welcome. Told you I was going to wreck that place. You're welcome. So that's all I'm going to say. I have said 10 sentences to this fucking cunt, whore, piece of shit, narcissist, blabbermouth cunt.
YouTube TOS.
I mean, when I tell you, it is the most, it's the absolute spirit of me. When somebody
I feel
talks to you in walls of texts, she sent Ice Dancer one time a 24-minute long voice message sandwiched by walls of text. Now you tell me, because that's what she said to me tonight. Well, maybe she just didn't know any better. You know, maybe she didn't really figure out, you know, doesn't know that Ralph's.
And remember, I was telling you these stories earlier about like the crazy girls and the crazy exes and all this stuff. And I know these people. I've known them. They've been around me. Am I looking out for them to come out and entertain me? Not really. You see, I don't want to be entertained by that because it doesn't entertain me. It infuriates me, actually. I don't like it. I want peace in my life. And even when I see this chaos happening to others, and then it's one thing if you recognize it, it's another thing if you don't really seem to get it. And that always makes me think, like, were you never like around girls? You know, I know everybody thinks the Dabbleverse is a bunch of incels and stuff like that. I don't happen to be one of them. I've taken myself out of the game over the years. It ain't from a lack of being able to be around women. I mean, it's very easy, especially when you can talk, okay? And you understand who these people are. But, you know, there's a lot of these guys, they do not understand these women. I think Mersh is hitting it on the head right now. Again, like he's pointed out, he's in that advanced age, well into his 80s or something. So he gets it, okay? That's why he won't even let that interfere with his channel, where there are others who are maybe older, who have never had to deal with this type of creature or these creatures out here that we've started to create, you know, the past 20 years. So, I mean, that's all I mean, that's pretty sound advice. I think I'm nailing it on the head here. So if you think I'm wrong, you're pretty fucking crazy yourself. Let's debate about it.
You know, done what he's done to me. You know, maybe she just didn't know. Well, she's got no excuse not to know. Because it's always
He stole that from the sleaze, by the way. The sleaze does the ba 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 ba. You know, when he's always talking like she's like ba 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 ba. He always does that.
It's hard to be a friend with somebody who doesn't actually let you talk or absorb anything you're saying to them. And then even when you do respond, they're already working on another fucking voice message. Insane person. Sick, insane person. Now, I've heard it said, and I don't even know if it's true, but I heard it said that Ralph was gloating at some point about, you know, oh man, I own them and I had her and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say this right now. Please, Lord, up in heaven, if you are hearing me, if you could give us anything right now, I want Scar Ralph or I don't know. We'll figure it out.
The more he says this,
I want
I
that.
think
I want Scar Ralph. Would that work?
Do you understand? This feels like hurt to me. You know, it's one thing to be angry and be pissy and stuff, but he really, really, really wants it. Do you? Or would you rather her be more playing nice with you, being a little more sane and all that stuff? I bet you would take a little more sanity and having her back into the Mersh fold. But hey, I could be wrong. I hope Danny Damage is watching in the future at least, because this is your guy. We're going to get him on sooner or later. I know he's been ignoring me online like many people do. I got to get the subscribers up, which we are. Thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're going to we're finishing this clip off, and that's how we're going to end the show. I may go back to Arc Raiders tonight. Who knows? Everybody's fucking with me yesterday, so I can't even go out here and help people and promote my show. It's hard times in Arc Raiders, but back to Mersh. Back to Mersh, I said.
For like a couple suiting in, I want that. I think that when it comes to how high the stakes are and how low you are on the totem pole right now versus where, you know, I'm not hanging on for dear life in a shack in Mexico. Listen, man, I want this more than breathing. I want this more than anything. So if you're going to gloat and go, yeah, she was on my show. She's my girl now. When I tell you how wonderful that would be, when I can't even, I almost want to cry. Oh my God, Gunlit. Oh no.
All right,
Gunlit.
I think we're done with us.
Gunlit.
And you know what? An X is off. It's not very good. I know I'm streaming on X right now. I literally pay to stream on X. I'm not doing it for the check mark. I'm not doing it to be a reply guy. Nothing like that. I'm doing it so I can have a live stream on the platform and people can see it. Nobody sees it anymore because I don't know. I have thousands and thousands of followers. It ain't because I'm following them back, right? And the only people I follow back are generally real people that are out here. So it tells me they're not showing me my shit to anybody. You see? Which is very upsetting. It's very upsetting to somebody that pays for a product and you don't really get anything in return for it other than, oh, you can go live to nobody. Cool. So that's why I got to keep plugging. That's why I got to keep telling you, go here, hit the link tree. I got all the links there. I may have Dr. Huge Show 2 there or the new Dr. Huge Show gaming channel there. Check it out. Come follow on Kick. Follow on X. Follow on YouTube, especially. Trying to get monetized on YouTube. We're getting close. We just need the people to show up, brah. You know, we're here. We're chilling every Saturday, 3 p.m. Make sure you guys hit all the buttons. Thank you. Anyway, we did it. We said it all. Shout out to the sleaze. We'll be talking to Jess soon. We'll be talking to Danny Damage soon. New Jersey or Dirty Jersey Rat will be on Thursday to do some dabbling with Dr. Huge. Thank you for watching. Shout out to the chat. We'll talk to you guys later on. Peace out.